Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It is your boy Brandon. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. I am a little late. That's because I realized that Twitch kicked me out of everything, so I had to re-sign into the chat, all that stuff. So yeah, fun stuff. But here we are. So either way, I'm stoked. Twitch said no. Yes, Twitch said no. So if chat's looking a little different, I'm gonna have to fix it. But big salutes to Unhi. We are doing Kisum. Hopefully I pronunciated that right. We decided or they decided to jump into them. So it is Unhi's day. Yeah, exactly. So I'm pumped. If you're pumped, thanks for hanging. I think this actually might be the first K-Hiphop one we've done thus far. So that's also really sick. So big salute, big ups to Udni for doing, I think, the first K-Hiphop artist we've actually covered in a full video. So stoked. If you're new, come join us on Twitch. Do these every Monday, Wednesday, Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come hang out, come join. I saw some new people were stoked about the Boys Planet stuff. So if you're watching this, come through. Would love to see you. Sarah, hello. Kala, hello. Uni, hey, hey. Kaylee, hello. Uh, Jazz, hello. Sally, hello. Gunky, what's going on? Listen, we got through the Twitch problems and now we're here. So I would say I would say that is pretty good for my timing here. So I'll I think that's pretty good. I think I made it out like a bandit. So very excited. Couple of things here, I guess we'll go over. So it looks like Unhi wrote up a whole thing on this, so I have it all pulled up on my second screen here. But um, Uni says, why I chose her. I thought it would be cool to do a K-hip-hop artist to mix things up. I really enjoy the tone of her voice and her down-to-earth vibe. Sadly, I feel like a lot of people don't know her, especially today, so I wanted to share her music with more people. Oh, love that. Love that. And Unhi put a disclaimer. Good on them. I didn't actually know much about her going into this. I just like listening to her songs. It was tricky to find information, a lot of poorly auto translated from Korean, and these write ups are my best interpretation of that. Fair enough. Hey, appreciate the effort. I was trying to piece things together from multiple sources. Sometimes facts differed, so this may not be 100% accurate, but I did my best with the time I had, and hopefully it's close enough, but not entirely, if not entirely correct. Listen, any amount of work that goes into this, I know y'all put so much time into it. So if anyone's a big Kisum fan, please come through. Would love to know if we've got it correct, which we should. But if not, feel free to correct. Um, for songs with subtitles available, I tried to interpret the lyrics to the best of my ability, or at least give a sense of what's going on in the song while listening to it. But again, I don't speak Korean, so I hope I'm right. Hey, fair enough. For ones with sub, I leave my interpretation up to you. Very nice. Love to see it. This also contains a few Show Me the Money 3 and Unpretty Rap Star Season 1 spoilers if anyone cares. Ooh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, that's a lot of that's some good info. So we love to see it. Biscuit, hello, what's going on? Thank you. Thanks for coming through. All right. Let's get started. According to what Unhi has posted, they had said Kisum, hopefully I've got that correct. Real name is Joe Hyai Rung. Hopefully I am gonna butcher it. Was born January 20th of 1994. Okay, okay. A year younger than me. In her early years, lived in Gyeong Gyeonggi province. She discovered her love of music in elementary school and would perform in talent shows. By middle school, she decided her dream was to become a rapper. Wow, okay. Wasn't inspired by any specific artist. She just loved the feeling of being on stage and performing. She wasn't sure how to become a rapper, so went to an academy where she ended up training as an idol for about 4 years. Wow, okay. She realized she only wanted to be a rapper, nothing else, so left the academy and she auditioned with companies by singing and was eventually signed to one. Her stage name comes from spelling music backwards. Oh wow, okay, cool. You know what? That gives me old school Pokemon vibes, like Arbok is Cobra backwards, I'm Ekans is Snake backwards, for all the Pokemon lore. Love to see it. But she thought it would be better with K rather than a C. That's fair enough. I respect the name change. So very cool. This is interesting. All right. Uh it always goes back. Hey, listen, if I can drop the facts, I'll do it. Gunky, I'll do it. I don't have many facts, but the vibes are here. So, the first one is Blue Flag, White Flag. Interestingly, it was not a musician that she first gained the public attention. She first appeared on in July 2013 on G Bus TV playing Chungi Bakeji, or Blue Flag, White Flag. These videos were broadcasted on screens in buses operating in Gyeonggi province. She also introduced herself as rapper Kisum. Very nice. And people became intrigued since no one had heard of her before, nor could they find anything about her online. Wow. Okay. Here's an example of such a video. The game is sorted. It's sort of like Simon Says, where the player gives instructions and must react quickly to follow them. In this clip, the blue flag is associated with the dog, and the white flag is associated with the cat. And she is being told to raise or lower the dog or cat. Okay, very nice. All right, let's get into the first one. I gotta get the videos pulled up for the vibes. Sally says I would have never noticed it's music backwards. Yeah, I that's fair. That's fair. I don't I didn't realize it, and then when Unhi posted about it, I was like, you know what? Wow, that that it goes how much things get overlooked sometimes. But all right, very nice. Um, Kala says she likes she's just like me. My Spotify name is see some because I thought it would because I had no thoughts in middle school. Oh my god. Very nice. All right. Well, let's check out this video. I'm excited. It's a vibe.
안녕하세요. 청기백기 게임 첫 스타트를 맡게 된 뉴 래퍼 키썸입니다. 제가 몇 번 틀렸는지 여러분이 맞춰주시면 돼요. 시작하겠습니다. 스타트!
고양이 올리지 말고 개 올려. 고양이 올리지 말고 개 내려. 고양이 올리고 개 올려. 고양이 내리지 말고 개 내려. 개 내리지 마. 개 내리고 고양이 올려. 고양이 올려. 고양이 올리지 마.
It's so interesting.
안녕히 계세요. 점핑! 점핑!
Very nice. Uni says she only made 2 mistakes. These appearances helped jumpstart her career, stirring up quite a bit of controversy about her online. She also earned the nickname Daughter of Gyeonggi Providence. Very nice. In 2013, she signed to Maps Entertainment. Oh, okay. I don't know, Unhi, if you found out who else was a part of Maps Entertainment that maybe I had listened to. I don't know if there's any artists in that company that I would be familiar with, but either way, cool. All right, number 2. It looks like Sia and Kisum, First Love. In December of 2013, she debuted with the first single, First Love, as a part of a duo with label mate Sia. Sia is a South Korean singer-songwriter. This song is about confessing one's love to a first crush and expressing all the emotion that comes with that. It mentions a trembling heart, a blushing face, and not being able to speak, for example. Oh, Very interesting. All right. I guess we're checking it out. Let's check out the first song. Ooh.
Your love, 떨리는 내 가슴. Your love, 빨개진 내 얼굴. 살짝 내게 기대. 바라만 봐도 좋은 걸. Oh yeah. 바보같이 난 아무 말도 못해. 네 앞에서 난 아이 같은 걸. 너무 예뻐. You're my boy. First love, 내게 입 맞추고. First love, 사랑해 말해줘. 아직은 사랑을 모르지만 baby, 이대로 너만을 아껴줄게 baby. My first love, still 날 고백. La la la, la la la, 뚜뚜루뚜뚜. La la la, la la la, 널 위한 나의 노래. You can be my baby, my first love. Yeah, remember my first kiss. I gotta tell you something. Let go. Today, D-Day, 너와 나의 birthday. 우리 두 사랑이 태어난 first love day. 우리 만난 날은 3일도 채 안 됐는데 그 어느 누구보다 special. 느낌이 왔네. 너를 아껴줄게. I'm better than your friends. 너를 사랑할게. I'm better than your fans. Oh my boy, I wanna be with you all day. You're my boy, I wanna be with you lady. Yeah, I can't live without you, baby.
Her rap section was good. I liked it.
First love, 내게 입 맞추고. First love, 사랑해 말해줘. 아직은 사랑을 모르지만 baby, 이대로 너만을 아껴줄게 baby. My first love. 시간이 갈수록 깊어지겠지. 너의 모든 걸 아껴줄 거야. 더 사랑할 거야. My love. First love, 내게 입 맞추고. First love, 사랑해 말해줘. 아직은 사랑을 모르지만 baby, 이대로 너만을 아껴줄게 baby. My first love. 난 날 만나기 전엔 완전한 사랑은 없다 생각했는데 내가 널 처음 본 순간 딱 깨달았어. Oh my gosh, I'm falling in love. 나 일어나 잠들 때까지 하나는 이 순간 온종일 너와 함께 있대. 얼마나 좋을까. You can be my baby. Yeah, my first love. To my first love.
Nice. All right. Very nice. This is Sia and Kisum and their first song, First Love. Very nice. So many first. No, I thought this was great. First introduction to Kisum, as well as Sia. She was incredible. I did like her vocals. She was a very good. I wonder if she's still making music. We'll have to check her out eventually in the future. But I thought this was great. I kind of assumed it was like being the song being First Love. I was like, it's not gonna be like crazy, right? It's not like what I'm thinking. Like when we think about K-Hiphop, I'm like, this is what I had imagined them, Kisum to start off with. But I imagine it's not the end result certainly. But I thought this was a good introduction to her. I think she's got a really great flow. I like her tonality, very similarly to what Eunhee said at the beginning in their preface. She's got like a really like it's not this is gonna sound really interesting, but like it's not that she's really aggressive, but I think the way that she kind of like phrases some of the like structure and stuff in terms of her rap lines, I think it was really impressive to me. I love how like she kind of matches more so the rhythm of the song, and like obviously there is a flow to it certainly, but like the way that she kind of like kind of puts the words together in a really interesting fashion, I think is really fun. And I'm excited to see kind of her wordplay and like her flow, and maybe like the fast and slowness of how she's kind of able to adapt the song later on in her discography, because I think she definitely has a great starting point, and this was a great representation of her. I thought maybe she was only going to get kind of like one section of the song, but it was cool to see her get like her own verse, and then obviously a little bit later on the song kind of to close it out at the end. I think that was a good mix. Obviously like Sia was incredible, and I think she was obviously funneling most of the melody choice in the song, but I think it was a good middle ground. Definitely a lot of her and a lot of Sia, so it was I think it was a good I think this was a good first song and a good choice to be familiarized with both of them. So great stuff. We love to see it. Gunky says, I'm not sure what I expected, but I like this. Ooh, okay. We love to see it. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, if you like Sia and you like Kisum, we have another song from them together. This one is called Liar. This one was released in March of 2014. The duo returned once again for their new single, Liar. In this song, they admit to being a liar and have wronged their lovers. They're saying goodbye and being regretful for what they have done. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I wouldn't have thought that they would have teamed up again, but that's awesome. So let's get into Liar.
그대 심장이 가를 꽂고 나는 도망쳐 집으로 돌아가는 길 나 숨이 턱 막혀 이래도 내가 졌니 그래서 참아줘 네 사실 내게 한 소리 다 거짓말 I'm sorry Oh baby please don't forget me I cannot forget you baby 미안하단 말도 못할 것 같아 Don't hate me 내 맘도 아파 거짓말밖에 할 수 없는 나라서
Ooh, I'm liking this already.
I'm a stupid liar 그대에게서 멀어질 수밖에 없어서 yeah. I don't wanna go 까놓고 말해 떠나기 싫어 나도 볼 건 없고 생각해 내 머리 굴려봐도 붙잡을 수가 없는 서로 위해서라도 Baby I just gonna leave you now 난 널 보내지 못할 거란 거 알아 하지만 너를 위해 참고 또 참아 무너져가는 내 맘 그대도 알걸 그리움에 흘리는 눈물들 끊어낼 수 있는 날 올까요 마주 잡던 너의 따뜻한 두 손 향기마저 손을 떠날 줄 몰라 이대로 널 보내면 이렇게 널 보내면 Let go I'm break your heart, break your God I know you hurt but 사랑만으로 모든 걸 감당할 순 없어 힘들겠지만 네 손을 잡을 수는 없어 마지막까지 못되게 굴던 날 잡아줬지 나를 감싸주던 팔 잊지 못해 서로 애태우던 밤 But 이미 너와 나의 그리움에 흘리는 눈물들 끊어낼 수 있는 날 올까요 마주 잡던 너의 따뜻한 두 손 향기마저 손을 떠날 줄 몰라 이대로 널 보내면 이렇게 널 보내면 그만 둬야 될 것 같아서 너만 힘이 들 것 같아 더 이상 내게 짐이 되기 싫어 억지로 비워냈지
Love the vocals layer over top of the rap. That's cool.
다시 널 잡을 순 없잖아
their guitar player is cooking on this song. Love it.
I'm stupid liar. I'm stupid liar.
Ooh. All those like harmonics at the end. That was sick. All right, cool stuff. I like this. All right, this was Sia and Kisum in their song "Liar." If you're hanging out for the Kisum deep dive, thanks for hanging. This is like, and no offense, the first song was good, but I feel like this one, I personally feel like this one was a lot better. Maybe it's just, again, the bias speaking on guitar work, like the vocals, but it just seemed like it was just a step up. Like they learned so much in like that wasn't even a year. So I mean, I feel like that's impressive. You know what I mean? There's just something really special about the song. I think the vocal hooks on this song were great. Obviously I mentioned before I really enjoyed Sia's vocals. But I felt like this one was another one where, if anything, I think she put the foot to the gas a little bit more. There was like some really cool like falsetto tones. Like her main melody line in that chorus was great too. But Kisu, man, I think she definitely came out of her shell just a smidge more. Like there just seemed to be a lot more character in her vocal tone, and I think a lot of her like I would say like a lot of the rap lines as well too seemed to hit a little bit more. So I think there's a lot better like dynamics and delivery on that. So I really appreciate that a ton. I don't know if she was doing vocals. It looks like she was mouthing some of the words as well. So maybe she incorporated some vocals too in like the chorus or what have you. But it was really great. This was I was damn near surprised about this one as well too. This was equally as good. I like the first one a lot, but I feel like this one is just a step up in every capacity. So, yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Kala says, I like that one. Gungi says this was even better than the last song. And Unhi says, agreed. I prefer this one. There's just something about it that just seemed like more polished and stuff. And like it, again, wasn't even a year, but I felt like there's just so much more going on. And also shout outs to their guitar player. He was cooking, or she was cooking on the song. They did a fantastic job. So Uni says, sorry I didn't answer this sooner, but I was trying to get food situated and get said, hey, that's all right. I tend to pronounce her name like Kisum, but don't know exactly what's correct. Okay, fair enough. I'll do Kisum. So very nice. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Starting on July 14 or July of 2014, excuse me, I can't even read tonight. Kisum was on Show Me the Money 3, a rap competition TV show. Unfortunately, she was eliminated in episode 4 and didn't make the top 16. Oof. That's rough. We'll have to. I feel like I've seen some clips of like these shows, and they always seem very interesting. Obviously, we've watched Boys Planet, but it'd be cool to do like a rap, like a Korean rap competition show. I don't know if they have any coming up soon, but I feel like that would be an interesting watch. So maybe we'll have to consider that at some point. But all right, we're on to number 4. This one is called Like It, and this one features Rizzo. In August of 2014, Kisum released her first EP titled Like It with a title track of the same name. Rizzo is a Korean singer-songwriter and producer under Waltz Sofa Records. This song is about her admitting to her crush that she wants them to be together. She keeps it secret. She keeps secretly looking at him on the bus every day and keeps clicking the like button on his Facebook and thinks they'd be perfect together. Other guys are interested in her, but she doesn't care. She only wants him. For whatever reason, they only released a short MV. The full song is 2 minutes and 38 seconds long. Okay, thank you, Uni. That's it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into Like It then. Check it out.
매일 타는 버스 안에서 오른쪽 끝자리에 앉아 너의 일상을 나 혼자 몰래 훔쳐보곤 해 I can love you, love you, love you And I need you, need you, will you be my boy I like it, I like it, I like it yeah I like it, I like it, I like you Listen up, 내 fabric 지구본 오늘도 폭발해 많은 남자들의 관심 어마어마해 나 어장친 적 없어 떡밥만 던져줬어 자기들이 뭔 거야 나는 딱히 잘못 없어 사실 다른 남자 난 관심도 없어 널 낳기 위한 믿게 네가 물어줬어 내가 딴 갔을 때 순순히 따라와줘 두 번 잡기 힘들 테니 튕기지만 말아줘 Baby 방황해도 좋아 방심은 나지만 나 좋다는 남자도 많아 But 내 맘 내게만 가지 why 그래 오늘도 난 내게 좋아요 버튼 클릭 클릭 Baby 일로 와요 얼른 move it move it 헤헤 멀리서 봐도 너는 bling bling 우리 둘이 함께하면 like a dream 같아 나는 원해 우리 둘만의 커플 ring 매일 타는 버스 안에서 오른쪽 끝자리에 앉아 너의 일상을 나 혼자 몰래 훔쳐보곤 해 I can love you, love you, love you yeah. And I need you, okay. Will you be my boy I like it, I like it, I like it yeah. I like it, I like it, I like you
Oh, nice. That's cute. All right, very nice. This is I Like It or Like It by Kisum featuring Rizzo. Very nice, very nice. I'll have to listen to the full version. I'll come back to give a commentary on the song later on when it's on YouTube or Patreon or both. This is great. I think she's got like a really good knack for like hooks. I do like it. I do like it. Like it. Yeah, you are right, Gunky. I said like it many times. No, this was fun. I think there's something really interesting about the song, and like very similarly to, I don't even know how to like describe it musically, but it kind of gives me like the my first thought was like that rap section in Alicia Keys I think it's like it's about New York. I forget what the song title is, but it's the one where Jay-Z features on it. I think it's Empire State of Mind if I'm not mistaken. But whatever reason, I think kind of like the way that, again, like her rapping and like kind of the major key tones of the keyboard and like piano section just kind of give me that sort of vibe, but like in a more like wholesome kind of fun way. I think this is very cutesy. I think that's kind of like, I think that's kind of like the vibe of it, right? Like I definitely was associating some artists that I'm familiar with and trying to kind of like build off of that, but I thought this was very fun. She's very very charismatic, and I feel like this song definitely shows that off and highlights it. I am surprised that they didn't do like a full music video, since the song isn't like super long. It's 2 minutes and 38 seconds, so I'm kind of surprised they cut the MV down a smidge, but well, I guess it's not a smidge, it'd probably be about 40 seconds, but that's very interesting. I don't know what they may have come to for that, but I like this song a lot. This is great. This is a good vibe. So very nice. We're keeping it moving. The next one is a familiar face to the channel, Jessie. We did a deep dive on her not too long ago, and her battle versus Kisum. Starting on January of 2015, Kisum and was on the first season of Unpretty Rap Stars, another rap TV competition show. In episode 5, Kisum was in a diss battle against Jesse. The winner would win the ability to release a song with the beat that was used in the battle. Kisum felt like she was being looked down on and had something to prove, whereas Jesse didn't view Kisum as being on her level. One of the judges said it was like David and Goliath. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. All right. Well, let's check it out. I'm excited because, again, I'm familiar with Jesse. Now I'm familiar with Kisum as well. So this is gonna be quite the battle. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Okay.
Track in this Unpretty Rap Star. Come on.
He's up, clear, clear, everybody clear, 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 everybody clear.
Kisum, you are now in danger. 무서워하지마 언니는 네 편. Listen, 이건 살아나는 비법. 가르쳐주겠어. Let me be your teacher. 2번, one voice, one trio. Better up for cover, I bring the thunder. 2번, 무조건 입을 털어. And last but not least, wait for 기적의
Hey Jesse, 영어로만 뛰는 것 뭐라 하는지 하나도 아무도 못 알아들어. 언니에게 어울리는 장소는 이태원. 모두가 알고 있지 이미 소문난 네 행동. 절대 아니지 좋은 거 그냥 단지 노인 공격. 물품 없는 너 가진 거라고 경영뿐. 너 빼곤 다 병풍 떨지만 같은 원품. 내가 봤을 땐 네 실력은 죄다 거품이야.
Wow.
You just said to me, right? 나한테 X라고 했지? Yo. 잠깐. That shit ain't hard. Get out of here. Yo. 넌 상대한데 you a lightweight. 센 척 그만해. I don't even gotta rap. 그냥 노래나 할래. 내 노래 들어볼래? 들리니? 지금 내가 하는 얘기 상대할 필요 없어. 여기 네가 길 자리 아니라고 랩지 언니 왜 내 겁내 무시할 땐 언제고 내가 랩좀 하니까 이제 내놓지를 보내. 지금 문이 불거 안에 10년의 커리어. 자존심만 살아있는 내가 밟아줘. 이널 잘근잘근하죠. 야금야금 맛있게 씹어줄게. 남들 뭐라 하든 말든 내가 말하는 게 팩트. 나 오로지 내 실력으로만 여기 올라왔고 내 열심히 줄을 탔지 남들 똥 빨고.
Oh wait, wow, holy shit, wow. Okay, well, that was nuts. Udi says, so we've seen cute and fun now about a switch of in 5 a bit. Yeah, holy shit. Biscuit says, I do vaguely remember watching this. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say super vibe switch for sure. All right, wow. Okay, I don't really have too much to say beyond that. I love the hard sub because I was able to kind of see what was going on, but I'm not gonna lie, to be fair, like I was like, Kisum has her work cut out for her, right? Because like obviously y'all and myself are familiar with Jessie, and I think she brought it, honestly. Like obviously I know she won based off of looking at the video here, but that was, I mean, if we're looking on paper, like I thought Jessie was just gonna have a field day, which wasn't what happened. So I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked, to be honest. So that's good for her. She put the work in. So very nice. We love to see it. All right. Number 6, Kisum San-e Taiwan, and the song is called Superstar, is produced by Dio. Kisum won the battle. She got to make this track. This video contains a shortened version of the song. The full version has one more chorus at the end. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. Her verse describes her journey of how she got where she is. And the chorus tells off the haters, basically, just eat me, hater. I'll always be on top. Look how much I shine. I'm the superstar. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Listen, that I gotta give her, I gotta, listen. I feel like you gotta give her respect certainly for doing that battle, but love to see it. Uh Gold Shay, thanks for hanging. Not tonight. We are not doing I'm not doing react any requests tonight. We're doing Kisum. So apologies. Uni says the producer of the track is Dio, was one of the battle judges. Oh, hey, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, let's check it out.
Yes. D.O. Kisum. Baby. Okay. Let go.
Hello, my name K-I-S-U-M. Musical color
And you is I
Hello, my name K-I-S-U-M.
Musical color and you is I I'm ready. 모두들 준비됐어. 난 준비됐어. 모두를 놀래키 준비 100%. 트리버스부터 시작해. Show me 돈을 거치. 랩이 내게 부와. 명예 줬어. 외모 신경 끄고 랩이나 연습하라 했던 mood swing. 난 지금 full swing. 날리지 않고도 do swing. 하게 해준댔지 내 랩 주사. 기초사 위던 뜻서 이제 랩만 건설하지. Korea는 원해 내 색은 보안의 명세. 분명해 너 평생 나한테 한반도 안 돼. 나 한반도론 부족해. 올라타지 나로 호흡. 올라가지 우주 정복 해. 내게 설교하지만 난 만만하니 만들어 날 만만하게 봤던 발을 살벌하게 다치고 고개 절대 안 숙여. 니들 막말해도 안 죽어. 전부 날 선택했지. 누가 와도 안 굴려.
아무리 가려도 누가 아무리 날 막아도 아무런 소용도 없다는 걸 알게 될 거야. 난 이미 빛난 눈부시면 감아 어딘지 난 알아 너의 머리 위야.
Yes.
I will never go down. Always be top.
I got a problem. 한국 힙합 신 전체가 다 hate me. I feel like a star. All these rapper kids trying to use my name to get fame. I don't really feel bad. 나 역시 그렇게 왔거든. 내가 너였어도 날 디스했을 거야. 문제는 잘 들어. 환중한 cash flow. 서클에서보다 정확한 예언 3년은 넌 낸다며줘. 이미 지금 안 해. 주민은 hard carry. 이게 내 최고 겸손이야. 살짝 featuring의 존재가 쓸데없이 고퀄. 나도 인정 난 극혐. 올겨울 따스해지 미운 털파카론 pretty MC. Master of ceremonies remove the crowd. 결과는 정기 나오겠지. On the deal track Kisum rocking with Shine. I know y'all hearing this.
I'm not a bitch, not a but I'm superstar.
All right, very cool. All right, that was Kisum, San-E, Taiwan, and produced by Dio. And the song is called Superstar. Very nice. Her section was sick. Obviously excited to see her kind of grow more in some of these songs. Obviously, she's doing great in the series of Unpretty Rap Stars, but I thought it was just fun. I think she's definitely got that like energy. I'm curious to again see her kind of like, I feel like this is like kind of the early stages, and obviously there's a lot to go off of, and I think she's performing super well. But I feel like there's just something like later on where I'm gonna be like, oh my god, there's some cool shit going on. This is great. I like the chorus a lot too. I was genuinely surprised at how much I enjoyed the chorus. I don't know who's doing the singing in that section, but they did incredible. And I also love the follow up, like whoever was doing the rap section with the the sunglasses. I don't know if that was Dio or not, but it was very fun. Good energy. I feel like you need that. So good stuff. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is number 7, and this is To Mom featuring In Sony. It looks like Uni put for semi-finals, Kisum wrote and performed this song about her mother. It was too sweet to not include. In Suni is a beloved Korean singer who made her debut in 1978. Holy shit! As a member of He Sisters, excuse me. Since then, she has recorded a total of 19 albums, 14 full legs. She is acclaimed as South Korea's R&B diva. Wow, holy shit! Kudos to her. Big salutes on her. Wow, that's wild. She never knew her father and was raised only by her mother. So I can see why she would really appreciate this song and want to be a part of it. And then Uni says the video and audio are a bit out of sync, but it was the only one with subs available. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's all right. We'll make do. But very nice. Very nice. I'm excited. Let's give this one a listen.
Yeah. Woo. Holla. My mom, K-I-F. 태어날 때부터 예뻤지. 똑똑한 코와 눈은 어쩜 그리 맑은지. 7살보다 미소를 지을 때 like 아침에서 눈부셔. 보고만 있어도 기분이 좋아져 불어. 해가 바뀌어도 항상 소녀 같아. 행동 하나하나 귀여워. 그거 알아? 예뻐 멋져 사랑스러워. 아름다워 세상 좋은 단어 비유해도 내겐 아까워. She got a superpower. 갖고 있지 헐크보다 더 세완지 강력 woman power. TV에서도 가끔 나왔지. 세상에서 제일 강한 여자. Woo, that's my mama. 자랑하는 거 아니야? 이건 명백한 사실 누가 봐도 인정해. 잘 봐봐 맞지? 봤지? 우리 엄마야. 내가 세상에서 제일 사랑하는 my love, my mommy. 지금처럼 love you. 지금처럼 love you. 모든 걸 포기하고 울고 싶을 때 혼자가 아니라는 걸 잊지 않으면 돼. 마음껏 울어도 돼. 내 꿈에서 키가 커갈수록 엄마 키는 작아져. 작아진 엄마 품속 이제 내가 꽉을 넣어줄게. 시작이란 걸 알아. 지금 당장 비싼 시계 사줄 수 있는 능력은 없지만 약속해 최고의 시간. 약속해 선물하지 난. 미안할 필요 없어 고마워 마. 이번 주말에 뭐해 우리 맥주 먹자. 지금처럼 love you. 모든 걸 포기하고 울고 싶을 때 혼자가 아니라는 걸 잊지 않으면 돼. 마음껏 울어도 돼. 내 품에서 죽을 때까지 내 편안히 죽어서도 내 편 다음 생에서도 내 편 해준다고 약속해줘. 그 다음 생 다다음 생에도 엄마 따라할 거야 평생 ever forever. 같은 마음인걸 나도 그렇단 걸 영원히 하나뿐인 You're my girl. 모든 걸 포기하고 울고 싶을 때 혼자가 아니라는 걸 잊지 않으면 돼. 마음껏 울어도 돼. 내 품에서. 이 세상 모든 어머님들께 이 노래 바칩니다.
All right. Very nice. This was track 7, To Mom, featuring Insuni by Kisum, excuse me. Oh man. Bro, Ugi's gonna be making me weepy over here. Oh, it was just so sweet. Oh man. Oh man, I was getting a little teary-eyed. No, this was beautiful. I think like such a great tribute to moms. Shout out to all the moms, my mom included. It's just such a sweet song. Like I think, you know, it obviously shows how much like you know, respect and admiration that you would have for your parents, and yeah, obviously for her to, you know, still support her, you know, being a rapper, and obviously, you know, performing on the show and stuff, and like obviously all the pans to her mom, and she was just like, you know, she was. I feel like she if she didn't cry after this, I'd be surprised. But it was just such a really wholesome song, and you know, I think you could definitely resonate a ton with it, even though you know I was just kind of reading the hard sub for the lyrics, but really beautiful song. Suni, I again was not familiar with either, but she's got such a gorgeous voice. I loved her like vibrato. She's just got a really, really like classic vibrato tone. And I think it really kind of amplifies the sound a little bit more for this. It kind of gives it like it kind of gives it a little bit more of a nostalgic feel, which is great. And I think when you're, you know, have a song that you're being very wholesome about, I think it's easy to have that sort of nostalgia pull for it. But just a great song. Really sweet lyrics and obviously a great feature. So I think you can't complain, in my opinion. But basically said, Jess says, how cute. Gungi says, such a sweet song. I agree. Uni says, yeah, I definitely want to look more into Suni as well. Yeah, I think she was incredible. What a timeless artist, you know. I don't know if she's still making music, but you know, if she is, you know, all the power to her. It's awesome. All right. We shall keep it moving. Uni says, unfortunately, Kisum lost the vote in this round, 102 to 95. Did not make the top 3. However, her appearance on the show still helped her gain a ton of popularity and truly set her career in motion. She said, if I were to talk about the turning point in my life, I would first think of Unpretty Rap Stars. If it weren't for that program, I think I might not have known who I am now. Oh, that's powerful. We love to see it. No Santa, what's good? Thanks for hanging. All right, we shall keep it moving. Number 8 is You and Me featuring Ju Young, excuse me. Can't even read tonight. This was released in July of 2015 as a single. Ju Young is a South Korean singer and songwriter signed to Starship Entertainment. Kisum was a fan of his and loved his voice, so she wanted him as a feature, and he came through. Hey, let's go. All right. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Check it out.
심상치 않아 마땅치 않아 새벽 3시 동네는 잠이 들어 넌 잠도 안 자고 내 머릿속을 휘둘러 너는 마치 트램벌레 나를 붕뜨게 해 매일 너 때문에 밤새 뒤척이다 잠 못 줘 딱히 한 것 없는데 널 볼 땐 땀이 나 감기 걸린 거 아닌데 자꾸 열이 나 Stop boy 날 괴롭히지 마 자꾸 너 다가와서 내게 불 붙이지 마 대체 예상 안 돼 그번 소나기 같아 오늘도 우산 없이 너를 맞지 But I'll be good hey,
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
춤을 추네 바라는 거 없어 그냥 내 옆에 네가 있다는 거 하나면 돼 babe 부담 가질 필요 없어 그냥 네 곁에 내가 있다는 거 하나면 돼
난 아직도 잠 못 들고 있어도 너의 생각들이 맴돌아 지워지지 않아 난 오늘도 위리 외롭죠 너와 있고 싶어 Love you 우리 사이 심상치 않아
심상치 않아 마땅치 않아 난 널 등산 중 내 기분 올렸다 내렸다 난 지금 정상 아니야 숨이 탁 막혀 난 원해 친구들의 얼레리 부끄러운 척 네 품에 도망치겠지 왜 쌍라이트 켜고 자꾸 달려들어 너는 눈이 부셔 난 다리에 힘이 풀려 네가 없으면 여름도 너무 추워 난 여전히 눈 뜬 채 오늘 밤도 너를
넌 아직도 잠 못 들고 있어도 너의 생각들이 맴돌아 지워지지 않아 난 오늘도 위리 외롭죠 너와 있고 싶어 Love you 심상치 않아
You make me high, you make me smile 넌 나를 행복하게 만들어 봐 you're mine You make me high, you make me smile 넌 매 순간 날 빛나게 해 you're my sunshine
너의 모든 걸 나눌게 언제나 널 지켜주고 싶은 내 맘은 I think I'm in love
You make me high, you make me smile 넌 나를 행복하게 만들어 봐 you're mine You make me high, you make me smile 넌 매 순간 날 빛나게 해 you're my sunshine
매일매일이 새롭죠 너와 있고 싶어 Love you, love you 우리 사이 심상치 않아
심상치 않아 I wanna take you far 나답지 않아 I wanna take you far
Hey, let's go. This is Kisum and their song You and Me featuring Ji-young. Very nice. This one is probably I think this one will remain in my favorites. I might be biting my tongue a little bit on this one, but I love this one. This is great. This has got such a like even keel, fun, really like vibey sort of song. And honestly, if they gave me another like minute of the song, I would still be stoked. If it stayed the same amount of time, that's great too. But like honestly, if it went for another minute, I wouldn't be complaining. It's just such a good like I was just vibing, having a good time, just like feeling the rap lines. Like she's got such a fun flow to her, and this song just like hit that stride super well. So I love that she's got such a fun tone, and I think this one definitely exemplifies that very well. Ju-young's incredible. I don't know if I've heard about him or heard his voice before. But I really liked it in this song. I think he was a great feature. It honestly feels more collaborative. Just because there was different moments where I feel like he came in and out of the songs. Obviously, he was the main person doing the choruses, but like he was doing like some little vocal like dubs and ad libs and stuff throughout the song. He had like a little bit of a like final chorus moment. Like it was just really good, and I think he kind of like I feel like he definitely aided the song. Like she was obviously incredible, but like I think that they both benefited from having each other in this song, and I think it really was kind of the driving force for just making it really catchy, really fun, really infectious. And I think they both did an excellent job of keeping me engaged, locked in with the track. I'll definitely come and revisit this one. This seems like one of the I don't think you can deny the hook on this song. It was phenomenal. So great stuff. This is awesome. I genuinely was definitely was vibing a ton. Biscuit says Ju-young, very nice. Uni says good catch. I wasn't thinking about it either. I was just vibing. LOL. Hey, that's fair. You should vibe for this. You put the effort in, so I should be paying more attention. And then Uni says, I believe this is her most viewed MV. It's one of my faves as well. Hey, let's go. Taste. We love to see it. So cool stuff. This is phenomenal. I feel like this is a good, after Unpretty Rap Star, I think this is a good vibe. Good vibe. So nice. All right. The next one we've got is number 9. This one is Love Talk. And this features Hwasa. Let's go for Mamamoo. Let's go. Let's get it. This is from October of 2015. Hwasa, of course, from Mamamoo. Kisum was a big fan of Hwasa and asked her to do the song. Hwasa was also a fan of Kisum since seeing her perform To Mom, so she was really happy when asked. Oh, hey, let's go. Let's get it. All right, well let's check it out. I'm excited. These are 2 artists I like, so I'm it's gonna be a masterpiece, hopefully.
근데 뭔가 좀 뭔가 달라. 이상해. 그래 어때 내몸 좋아 잘생겼니 매력 있니 고민 말고 처음부터 뭔가 필이 딱 꽂히게 만들어버려 날 들었다 놨다 나는 지금 얘 손바닥간 yeah, 영 알 수가 없어 걘 바닷속 같이 빠지는 게 두려워 튜브를 줘 빨리 Hey, I just wanna sing in your love 말해줘 내게만 이렇게 친절한지 아니면 딴 사람에게도 친절하니 아니기를 바래 난 솔직하게 말해봐 네 맘을 진짜 모르겠어 난 He's my lover 이럴까봐 두려워 전하고파 이렇게 걔한테 근데 나 말 못해 How can I do that 연애할래요 해요 먼저 말해요 Hello man 늘 마주치고 다가가서 말해요 Love, love talk I want to love talk 물처럼 달콤해요 연애랑 달림 yeah Falling in love 시작이 중요해 Hey, hello 틱톡 시간은 가 하루 종일 나쁜 놈 사진만 봐 오늘 연락이 올까 아니면 연락을 해야 할까 어찌된 게 쉬운 게 하나도 없어 기다리기 지쳐 너는 못 참겠어 심심해 만날래 시간 돼 밥할래 신사동 Is that okay?
그애 문자 답장 왔니
지금 막 왔어 뭐라고 말하냐며 걔도 딱 나와 똑같은 맘이라고
좋아 이제 답장은 천천히 Come on man 연애할래요 해요 먼저 말해요 Hello man Falling in love 시작이 중요해
Love, love talk I want to love talk
나 지금 너를 만나러 가고 있어 1초라도 좋아 네가 넌 보고 싶어
가리지만 너를 보니 우리 봄 여름날이 열기처럼 we gotta love 가을이니까 baby don't let me fall 차갑지 않을 거야 우리들의 결 Because
이제 우리 시작할까요 연애 애인이 돼줘야만 다가와서 사랑한단 말해요
Love, love talk I want to love talk
물처럼 달콤해요
Let to love
연애랑 달리 이래요 Falling in love 사랑을 시작해
Love, love talk I love you boy
Very nice. All right, this was Kisum's Love Talk featuring Hwasa from Mamamoo. Very nice. This was fun. It's got kind of a jazzy play to it, which I think was cool. Definitely kind of gives like a little bit of like retro vibes as well too. Like I'm thinking like swing a little. It's got like a little bit of swing in it as well, which I feel like this kind of blends like her sound with Mamamoo. I feel like this kind of does have bits and pieces of what like Mamamoo does, which I think a lot of their stuff has like great horn section and like kind of a good kind of like I don't want to say R&B, but definitely has like a swing element to their music. And I think they were able to kind of incorporate the sounds very well. Where it still feels like Kisum, but at the same point, I feel like this also has a good bit of what Hwasa's input is, and I don't know if that is the case or not, or if that's how the the writing of the song worked. But I really like that. I think the lyricism was great too. I loved a lot of the lines from Kisum. I think she's got a really cool ear for like wordplay and stuff, and I've been excited to kind of see her grow as a lyricist and an artist, and I feel like this one had cool in really interesting interpolation in the song, so I really like that. I think Hwasa was a great feature. She's kind of as I've mentioned before about Mamamoo stuff, I feel like she's got like this really great like warm tone to her voice, and I felt like this song was definitely more so on notice, at least for me personally. So I love that. I think she really brings that kind of like um regal aspect to the song that I really appreciate. So this was a cool way for her to kind of show off like that, as well as like the vibrato in her tone, which is cool too. So this is a great feature. I think both of these songs back to back were both fantastic features. I don't, like I said, if you chose Jyoung or Hwasa, I feel like you're gonna be sold on either one of these. They did a phenomenal job with them. And this is probably another one I'd come back and listen to 100%, just because I like the vibe. The only thing I will say, at least like cadence wise, I thought it was very interesting for her to kind of do like, and maybe it just might be the Korean aspect of it, but just the way she stacks some of the lyricism in the verses, I thought was very interesting, mashed up with like the meter of the actual song in the verses, because it is a little bit like, I feel like it does feel a little crammed, but I don't know if that's just maybe like the Korean, the Koreans wording, or if it's just like me reading the English and thinking it just, wow, she's slamming all of these words together into that one part of the verse. But yeah, overall this was a really beautiful performance, so love to see it. Great. We're on some good hits. I love to see it. So, all right, we're on to video number 10. This is Yoo Sung Yoon and their song Jealousy, and it is a duet with Kisum. So, it looks like this was released in April of 2016. Yoo Sung Yoon is a Korean singer songwriter. She was a runner-up on The Voice of Korea in 2012. Wow. Okay. Kudos to her. In this song slash MV, Yoo Sung-eun's character is into a guy and jealous of other girls being around him, but she's too shy to act on her feelings. Kisum is encouraging her to stop waiting around and just make a move. Hey, okay. Big salutes. All right. I'm excited. Let's check out Jealousy next. Wow. Okay.
아무 이유 없이 질투나 너 옆에 있는 모든 여자들 티가 나봐 아무리 감춰도 내 얼굴에 써 있나봐.
Okay, hold up. 감추려 하지 마야 감정을 숨기다간 다 뺏기고 말 girl. 그 옆엔 수많은 girl. 난 네가 순수한 건 잘 알아. 근데 솔직히 말해 순진하진 않잖아. 조금만 더 있다간 꼭 폭발한 듯해 like bam. 기회는 주어진 자가 갖는 거니까 찬스가 있을 때 잘 좀 해봐 이
머리는 이해한 척하지만 쿨한 척 해보지만 속으로 나고 싶은 말 너무나 많은데 내가 먼저 말했다가 지는 느낌 이런 느낌 솔직하게 말해봐. 도대체 넌 누구를 보고 있는 거야. 지금 네 눈앞에 내가 있잖아. 더 사랑하나 봐 좋아하나 봐 인정하기 싫지만 나도 몰래 질투하게 돼.
Hey, his bass is cooking.
내가 너무
Let's go.
예민한 거니 나를 만날 때만 피곤해 보여. 밤새 좋다고 따라다니면서 매달릴 때는 언제고.
내가 봤을 때 작전인 것 같아. 걔가 널 상대하는 심리전이랄까. 아니 척하면서 흔들어 너는 눈치 없는 척하는 난 당해고 싶어. 맞아 충분히
내가 널 더 좋아해서 지는 느낌 이런 느낌 맞아 솔직하게 말해봐. 도대체 넌 누구를 보고 있는 거야. 지금 네 눈 싫지만 나도 몰래 몰래 질투하게 돼 진짜 언니 이제 질투는 stop stop 한단계 더 나아가 step by step 언니가 해야 할 건 시기가 아니라 다가가 용기를 내야 할 시기야 right now 널 바라는 게 아냐 내게 바라는 건 딱 하나 이런 나의 맘을 알아달란 얘기야 도대체 넌 어떤 생각을 하는 거야 왜 항상 날 질투하는 거야 널 사랑하니까 좋아하니까 네가 보고 싶은 걸더 이상 기다리게 만들지 마 걱정하지 않도록 조금 더 내게 신경 써줘 그런 너의 맘이 필요한 거야 나를 이해해도 좋아하니까 너와 함께 있을 때 내가 많이 많이 사랑해줄게
Aw, very nice. Oh, I'm gonna go back. Oh, did I go to? No, come on. There you go. Okay, cool. All right, that was Yu Sung-un and duet with Kisum and the song Jealousy. Very nice. Jazz says the basses have fun with this one. Yeah, the basses was cooking. We love a funky bass riff, and I felt like this one they understood the assignment for this one for sure. Song itself, I like this one a lot. I love the retro feel of this. I think it's got like that 80s like pop tinge to it. It's got like again that like retro feel to it, and it just is fun. I think that there are some songs that just kind of have a timeless sound, and I would throw this type of genre in that mix. Certainly, it's got like just a good hook. I think that Yu Sung Un she's got a great voice. This is my first time listening to her music prior to streaming. And I think she's got like a really, really beautiful tone, and I think that kind of pervades throughout the song. But Kisum was great. I think she kind of is like the glue that holds the song together to some degree as well. Like I loved a lot of her rapping sections in this song. I think they play really well against Sung-un's vocals, and I think they're very complementary to each other. The hooks in the song were great too. It just seemed like an overall fun song. Hasn't been a song that I feel like has. I don't feel like there's a song that's been bad so far. Obviously, we are like, I don't know how far through. Well, we're about almost, not even close to halfway through the playlist, but it just feels very like, music wise, I feel like she picks good people to collaborate with. And then on top of that, I think her like actual, like her being kind of the main focal point is just so much fun. But I love that she's kind of got two different sides where, you have some more like light tracks and like, again, she's able to kind of show off like that less like aggressive, bitey sort of side of her sound. But obviously at the same point, I feel like as well, like it's very interesting to see her, seeing her perform on Unpretty Rap Stars and doing like more of a rap or a hip hop centric track. So I think she's very chameleon-esque in the way that she approaches these songs. And I feel like she does try to do her best to fit into, what pool you can kind of fit into. So, I'm very excited to obviously see more of her styling, but I feel like she does a great job of really fitting into these songs really well, whether it's actually her song or a song she's featuring on. Good stuff. It was good vibes. Uni says, I feel like Kisum really knows how to pick good features and collabs that sound great and stay true to her fun, chill vibe. And now you just said the same. It's all right. Listen, we're the brain cell has been linked tonight, so we love to see it. But yeah, this is great. This is I think she's definitely knows what she's doing with these songs, and you love to see it. So very nice, very nice. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one on oh wait, I forgot to read Sarah's comment. Sarah says, I love her overall aesthetic through line. Yeah, she's got a good stylist. Whoever's cooking on that front, doing a great job. But the next one we have is Two Beers. This was released in June of 2016. It was a pre-release single. It was through this song I first discovered Kisum. Very nice. Very cool. Well, let's get into 2 beers then.
더 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아 더 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아 오늘도 어김없이 해가 뜨고 무거운 몸을 일으켜 밖으로 내가 반짝반짝하게 눈을 비비면서 싸구려 커피 한 잔을 마시 빈속으로 오늘 하루도 별탈 없이 보냈으면 해 또 누군가와 싸우는 일은 없었으면 해 상처받는 일은 없었으면 해 그래 그러기 위해서는 내가 더 잘하면 돼 잘해야 된다는 잘 돼야 된다는 부담감이 없었으면 매일매일이 똑같은 하루 뭔가 특별한 일이 생겼으면 hey. 좋겠어 그냥 내 생각이야 사실 원해 건 내 바람이야 좋겠어 그냥 내 생각이야 바람이자 내가 원하는 나만의 세상이야 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아 내 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아 빠르게 변하는 소울시티 도시 위 나 혼자 멈춘 듯해 검게 모든 거리 위 한적하다 못해 무서운 느낌마저 들어 혼자인 듯한 느낌에 어깨마저 움츠러들어 무서워 또 내일 무슨 일이 일어날까 벌써 내 앞은 깜깜한데 다른 이들은 어쩜 잘만 웃고 사는 난 또 이 길을 걸어 불안해 내 미래는 동이 트기 전 새벽 내구리 집어처럼 한치 앞도 안 보여 어두워 잠에 들기 전 내 방안처럼 내가 원하는 건 그저 행복한 것뿐인데 세상은 더 많은 걸 바라고 또 요구해 내가 원하는 건 외로움이 아닌데 네가 가는 곳 여기든 저기든 다 외롭네 내가 하고 싶은 건 내가 하고 싶은 건 hey. 내가 하고 싶은 건 내가 하고 싶은 건더 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아 내 기분 좋은 두 잔 나 이 잔에 먹어 내 새벽 5시에 나가 나 할 일이 너무 많아 너무 많아
I love how the instrumentals get more intense as the song goes on. Cool. Woo. All right, very cool. That was Kisum's 2 beers. Very nice. Uni says, I love the horns throughout this song so much. Yeah, the horns are great. I feel like the intensity of the song kind of gets better, snowballs a little bit too. Like the song kind of goes through different phases, and you love to see that. So I felt like that was great. This was a phenomenal song. I think this was a great, again, great introduction for you, Unhee, getting into Kisum, and obviously inspired you to do well, I don't know if this was what inspired you to do the deep dive, but I thought this was fun. I think she has a very eclectic way of, like, sometimes when I think about, like, even rap in general, not even just like Korean rap or like Korean hip hop, like I feel like I have a very specific thought process in terms of like what I expect in the type of music and what the end what the actual result is. And I feel like Kisum is like one of those artists where I'm like, this does have like a hip hop and rap influence, obviously more specifically because she raps in the song. But I feel like instrumentally, it doesn't really feel that way. And I think almost in some cases it kind of gives me a little bit of an indie, like an indie hip hop feel. You know, there's something about it that I feel like isn't particularly on the beaten path of what I would imagine it to be, but I love the stylization. And I think to me that's what like keeps it interesting for me. Not only I think from the lyrical aspect, because like I think with rapping, like you try to focus on the cadence, the word plays. You know, you're trying to focus on how like this person either can tell you a story about what's going on in the song. And I appreciate the fact that like this whole thing kind of cycles around this whole idea of like, she feels good with 2 beers, right? And like the way that this song kind of progresses in that sort of storyline of like, how she gets up in the morning and just like has to drink shitty coffee to like get her through the day, right? Like I think it is very interesting to see like that kind of, nuance in a song. And I think there is a level of realness that I appreciate, you know what I mean? It's not like over fancifying the song. It's just like a very straightforward way of doing it. And I think she comes about it in a very chill and like, reasonable way. And so I really appreciate that a ton. I think the song instrumentally is really fun too. I love like the really like, the very very dry drumming with the snare drum, hi-hat, like kick drum. It feels very like feels very on brand, which is like is so much fun. And I think like that dryness of that just cuts through the song super well. I will echo Unhee's point about like the horns in the song. I think they're incredible. I love how she kind of incorporates it through. I think she incorporates it through a good amount of her song, so it's cool to see that kind of be a musical focal point in that. But yeah, overall I really like this one a lot. I think this one was such a vibe, and I love like the latter half of the song as it kind of snowballs and you get like different things going on and like different elements mixed in. It just feels like the same song, but I also feel like in some points it like gives this really refreshing tone where like, ooh, there's like a cool like rhythm shift in the song, or like the melody line that they chose maybe went about it in a different way. So I definitely appreciate this one a lot. I'd probably say this is amongst my favorites. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Like I was vibing, bouncing my head, and like I think this one, on first listen was very good, but I can almost imagine myself just kind of enjoying it more and more as the more I would listen to it. So this is a great track. So very nice, very nice. We're keeping it moving though. The next one is track 12. This one is No Jam. This one was released June of 2016. She released her second EP, Music, and it came with this MV. No Jam / No Jams is Korean slang meaning no fun, no or boring. Oh wow, okay, I did not know that. It's derived from the English word no and shortened version of the Korean word fun. Jaimi. Again, I'm gonna butcher it, so if you are Korean, I'm apologetic. So very nice. Let's check out No Jams then. Very excited.
Excuse me. Anybody here? Where's Jam? Hey, Jam! K-I-S-M.
Wow. The reduction is so much higher in the song. What the hell?
Let's go. 요즘 everyday anything anywhere 뭐를 하고 뭐를 먹고 간에 예민해 TV는 못 스탠드만 이기에 옆 사람은 옆 사람을 질투하고 시기에 머리 아픈 정말 내버려둬 제발 이러다가 폭발할 것 같으니까 괜히 건들지마 정말 거만한 소리 그만 좀 듣기 싫은 소리 제발 그만둬 내가 원하는 건 트러블 아니 트러블 어디라도 좋아 소음없는 세계로 no 그래 너 어머 그래 너 답답한 생각은 넣어도 그말 필요 없어 나같이 let's go no jam okay hey 뭘 해도 재미없네 say no jam okay hey 뭘 해도 재미없네 하루하루가 고단하고 축축 처질 때 이불 차고 일단 씻어 노래 기싸움이네 신나게 흥얼대고 씻고 나와 이쁘게 화장해 그다음에 나무한테 연락해 아무 때나 어디든 가자 해 길에 몰래 혼자 나와서 빈자리에 프렌들 다 태워 목적지는 없어 끌리는 대로 가는 거야 산이 더 바다다 I say go no 그래 너 어머 그래 너 답답한 생각은 넣어도 그말 필요 없어 나같이 let's go no jam okay hey 뭘 해도 재미없네 say no jam okay hey 뭘 해도 재미없네 놀래 all day go ahead 아무 생각 없이 let's play and play 놀래 go ahead 아무 생각 없이 let's play and play 놀래 go ahead 아무 생각 없이 let's play and play 놀래 all day go ahead 아무 생각 없이 let's play and play
Very nice. This was Kisum's song No Jam. If you're hanging out for the Kisum deep dive, thanks for hanging. Appreciate you. Massive shout outs to Uni again. This was fun. I've at the behest of sounding like a broken record. This is like, I feel like, to me, I'm glad she showed like a live performance at the end of her like getting the crowd going, because like I feel like this one gives like live energy. Like there's something about this song that just like screams crowd engagement, and I love that. I think this song definitely, if it doesn't pop off live, in concert, I would be damn near surprised, because like there's just something about it that just like you can't help but just like want to sing along, like I feel like every part of my body was urging to just sing along with the song, even though I have no idea, like, I could obviously read the captions, but like, yeah, I feel like to me it was like one of those ones that I'm just like, you know what, like this is fun. And I think that like the not only the music video I think shows it off, but I think musicality wise it just got like a very light, fun, energetic feel to it, and I think that is no further more encapsulated by a live performance. So I love that. I also thought the production of the song was definitely better. Like, and that's not to say that like the previous song that we just listened to for 2 beers was not bad at all, but like there's just something about the production in this song that just feels like a step up. And I don't know if she maybe went to a new producer between June of 2016 and the pre-release or not. Or there's just something about it that just seemed a little bit more polished about this song, so I am a little surprised. But yeah, overall I thought this is a great song. I don't think there's really like too much technically to speak about, but like I just think that I think that her charisma really shows in this song, so I really love that. Uni says that there was a Highs cameo, very nice. I don't know if he the one with the beret or because I know he was in the car, so I didn't know if it was the one with the beret or the hair in the back. But I paused on a. Oh, Highs is okay. I'm an idiot. Very nice. Okay, cool. That's Highs. Okay, cool. Uni says the live crowd part is in the actual song too. It's such a fun way to end the song. Oh wow, okay, so they took the live sound of that sound clip of that. That's cool. That does make it more awesome in my opinion. So very nice. This is a vibe. This is like she's got good vibe energy. You know what I mean? So I love to see this. This was a 2 thumbs up. I enjoy this. It seems like chat enjoyed it too. So very nice, very nice. All right, shall keep it moving. The next one is Freedom. This is also from June of 2016. Uni says this is also from her music EP. The song is comparing her love to chocolate, saying that they are so sweet and showering them with praise. She's also saying that they are like freedom away from her hectic lifestyle. Ooh, very interesting. All right, well let's check out Freedom. Ooh, a live band.
You are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재 에이, 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 you are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재 I am so black Baby call me baby baby call me baby baby call me baby baby call me baby 오늘은 너무 피곤해서 새벽부터 녹초가 될 때까지 뭘 죽어라 시키는 응원해서 이 밤이 빠르지는 널 만나길 하루가 어떻게 지나간 건지 정신없이 바쁘게 일하다 보니 내게 신경 써주지 못해서 미안해 부족함 느끼지 못하도록 더 잘할게 너의 하루는 어땠니 오늘도 많이 힘들었겠지 다 들어줄게 말해봐봐 내게 투정 부려도 되겠잖아 Hey you are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재 You are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재 감추기가 어려워 마음을 움직여 막 저절로 가끔 네가 너무 예뻐서 숨을 쉬는 방법으로 절대 까먹어 넌 모를 거야 네 존재 하나만으로도 내 이상이 달달해 You're my choco 네 사진만 봐도 내가 blossom Oh baby you're so 넌 절대 모를 거야 내가 얼만큼이나 널 좋아하는지가 눈도 안 될 건 너 전생에 뭐였길래 이런 나를 만난 걸까 아마 나 전생에 분명히 죄인이었을 거야 아무렴 뭐 어때 네가 뭐란데도 다 오케이 다 들어줄게 말해봐봐 거지라는 말 빼고는 다 괜찮아 hey. Baby call me baby baby call me baby baby call me baby baby call me baby say you are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재 you are my chocolate 달콤한 나의 계절 시간 같은 존재
Not the dab. Hey, let's go. All right, this is Kisum's song Freedom. If you're hanging out, enjoying your time here, thanks for hanging, thanks for chilling. This is again, I want to keep saying fun, but it's true. It is true. It's true. I'm having a good time. This is great. This is another I think for me, I love seeing live clips. I don't know, like I'm sure I could speak for a majority of chat, but there's just something really nice about seeing like somebody perform and having like a really good live band. Shout outs to whoever her live band was in this video. They did a phenomenal job. Great stuff. There's like even some moments where like they broke off and did like the drummer more specifically did like a cool little like drum fill. Like the keyboardists were crushing it, like guitar player, bass player. Like it just seemed like overall like her live band in this session were just having a great time. So they definitely understood the assignment of just letting loose and enjoying. But I feel like this was more of a vibe. Like I think her vocals, and more specifically like her rap styling in the song, definitely was like way more like she definitely has like great energy, but like the way that she kind of approaches some of this stuff is just such a um like just a chill way of approaching it. Like there isn't really like you could tell she's very like particular about how like the song and like her rap like lines need to be delivered, but like just her kind of like way and her demeanor on how she delivers it is just very free flowing and chill. So I really love that, and I think it is very represented in the song. And that's, I feel like me saying chill and like relax is a bad thing. I think like she's very much in like the pocket, in the zone, like rap wise, and you can tell like she's still staying in that pocket but just having a good time and enjoying that like ability to just kind of free flow the rap lines. And so I love that. It just felt very natural and like obviously fit with the chill like vibe of the song. So I feel like she 1000% understood the assignment. So very, very sick. And shout outs to Maps for doing these lives. These great stuff. They picked a great live band. So Uni said they also put out videos from this session for No Jam and the next song on the list, Octabang. Very nice. Okay, I'll have to check them out in my free time. So very nice. All right, well, we're gonna keep moving. The next one is Octabang. This one was also released in June of 2016. The term loosely translates to rooftop house, a room built on the rooftop of a building, as far as I can tell, if something like this. Okay, and it looks like Uni it put a a thing here. Very nice. I'm gonna move this over here. Very nice. Let's check it out. Let's check out Octabang next.
저요? 원래 그 전까지는 그러니까 남들이 만들어주지는 않았지만 그냥 저를 봤을 때 귀엽고 그냥 이쁘고 이쁘장하고 이쁘건 모르겠고 이쁘장하고 막 그런 래퍼였잖아요. 근데 사실 저는 안 그렇거든요. 그냥 제 평소의 모습을 보면 그냥 자연스럽고 막 전에는 이런 마음이 엄청 강했거든요. 어렸을 때니까 막 진짜 우리나라에서 막 최고의 래퍼가 되고 싶다 막 이런 거 있잖아요. 우리나라에서 최고가 되자 막 이런 게 있었는데 지금은 진짜 딱 내 색깔. 이번 앨범을 준비하면서 하나부터 열까지 신경 쓴 앨범은 처음이죠. 옥탑방은 옥탑방에서 나온 거고 진짜 말 못해요. 물어봐요. 맨날 말 왜 그렇게 하냐 뭐 이렇게 해요. 근데 이 앨범에 대해서 그렇게 생각을 했었던 거예요. 네. 이 앨범이 전 앨범과 다른 이유 알죠? 그거 어떻게 생각하는지. 근데 저는 신경 안 써요. 저는 꾸미는 것도 잘 못하고 저 화장도 잘 못하거든요. 그래서 막 이미지 관리 같은 것도 못해요. 그래서 그냥 보고 싶은 면만 보는 사람들한테 그냥 그렇게 하라고 하고 저는 그냥 제 갈 길을 갑니다.
Listen, that's how I throw down a pizza, so I get it.
사실 아무 생각도 없이 살고 싶어 아무 걱정 없이 난 사실 아무 생각 없이 살지 걱정 없이 살고 싶어 아무 생각 없이 살지 진지한 건 별로 안 좋아해 내 성격상 싫은 거는 못해 어쩔 수 없는 일은 별거야 부모님은 평범하게 살길 원했지만 나는 내 꿈을 쫓을래 엄마 아빠 미안 친구들과 노는 시간만큼 좋은 건 없지만 현실이 허락을 안 해줘 그게 현실이야 사람들은 쓸데없다고 말할 수 있겠다만 내 꿈을 위해 할 수 있는 건 난 옥탑방 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 빌라 위 옥탑방 내 꿈을 실현하기 위해 매일 올라가 늘 혼자서 보내는 lonely night 외로움을 많이 타 친구는 많지만 밖에 나가는 걸 귀찮아해 자초한 딥타운 저도 같은 삶을 살고 싶어 외롭지만 끈질기게 살아남고 싶어 누군가가 대신 내 인생을 살아주면 얼마나 좋을까 가끔 이상한 상상을 하다 현실로 돌아가 냉장고보다 추운 옥탑방에 올라가 따뜻하진 않아도 열정이 불타올라 컴퓨터 안돼 내 이야기를 담아보다 어느새 또 해가 뜬다 나도 나름 열심히 사는 것 같아 이렇게 살다 보면 뭐라도 될 것 같아 아직 많이 부족한 걸 나도 잘 알아 지금보다 더 열심히 하라면 될 것 같아 난 옥탑방 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 빌라 위 옥탑방
조혜령의 현재 지금 속내 그냥 내가 지금 여기서 이 앨범에서 뭘 말하고 싶은 건지 그냥 자유롭고 싶은 거
내 꿈은 소박하게 내 방 안에 가는 거야 가족들과 겨울에 따뜻하게 사는 거야 밤새 걱정 없이 한 달을 살아보는 거야 그러고도 부모님 용돈 들이며 사는 거야 내 꿈은 소박하게 내 방 안에 가는 거야 가족들과 겨울에 따뜻하게 사는 거야 밤새 걱정 없이 한 달을 살아보는 거야 그러고도 부모님 용돈 들이며 사는 거야 난 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 작업실에 올라와 서울시 송파구 어딘가 편의점 빌라 위 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 난 옥탑방 빌라 위 옥탑방
Ah, very nice, very nice. All right, that was Octobang by Kisum. Very nice. Uh, this was good. I definitely didn't know where it was going at first. I will be transparent. But I thought this was fun. I think at first I was like, oh, is it gonna be like some of like the earlier stuff that we were listening to on stream where she was doing like a lot of the um feature stuff with like the singer songwriter and a lot of the musicality of the song focused around like an acoustic guitar, but this was definitely different from I would imagine some of the other songs on this release. But I felt like this one, out of actually all three of them, I think honestly felt the most personal. I think it's I appreciate the fact that like she's I'm sure she's grateful for like the opportunity to be doing this and making music and stuff, but like there's just such a like peer into the looking glass type thing where like, you know, she's just having a good time goofing around, like being a goofball and like, you know, having fun with her friends and family and like fans and stuff. And I think it's just a very I think it's a very appreciative video where like I think she's obviously grateful for the amount of time and effort that that she's put into it, and like it just seems like there's like a level of gratitude towards it and stuff, and like her, the way that she goes about her musicality, and I like that. I think you definitely need those types of songs, and and I think it's very representative of her vibe in the industry so far. But yeah, I think instrumentally and like vocally, like in terms of rap lines, like it wasn't blowing me out of the water. Like it wasn't one of those ones that I was just like, damn, this is crazy. But I feel like the personality and like her aura as a person, I think it shines a lot more in the song and is a little bit more upfront. So I think that I appreciate that a ton, and you can't disagree with that. So very nice. This is a good song. I definitely was enjoying myself while listening to it. So very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. On December of 2016, she was in 6 episodes of the TV series My Runaway. Very nice. And Uni says completely agree with everything you just said. Oh, nice. Let's go. The shared brain cell continues. We love to see it. All right. The next one we have is number 15. This is Kaolu, Kisum, and Yeren. Spring Again. This one was released in March of 2017. Kaolu is a Chinese singer who is a member of the girls group 5 Star. Yeren is a South Korean singer who is a member of the girl group G Friend and is now a soloist. Hey, yeah, we remember Yeren. We love Yeren. So very nice. Let's get into it. Spring Again. We are not in spring, but hey, I could believe. Let's check it out.
매일 맛있는 것만 찾다 보니 어느새 2kg 늘었어. 먹방만 보다가 넘나 참을 수가 없어서 그래서 여기저기 다들 답장도 찾고 커플로 맛집 해시태그 난리난 럽스타그램 다 실시하고 지루하기만 해. 또 봄이면 뭐해 꽃은 떨어질 건데 왜 또 봄이야. 꽃가루 알러지 있는데 누구 좋으라고 또 봄이야. 나도 예전엔 참 좋았는데 살다 보니 그냥 그래 그냥 봄이야. 바람에 날리는 꽃잎들이 괜히 또 나를 설레이게 해. 아이쿠 내가 왜 이래 미쳤나봐. 나도 봄이라 그래 자꾸 설레는 봄인가봐. 봄봄 또 봄이 왔어. 가만히 있어도 가지거리는 꽃가루가 스미거린 커플이 가득 찼어. 떨어진 꽃잎보다 커플이 더 많아 보이는 거 착각일까. 이 넓은 속촌 호수에 왜 나만 혼자일까. 혹시라도 내 자신이 취량해 보일까봐 전화하는 척해. 자기 어디야? 나 도착했어 빨리 와. 봄이 뭔데 그냥 내게는 썬데이. 얘도 쟤도 결혼한다고 내게 말해. 관심 없는데 왜 난 가고 있어. 또 봄이라 그래 괜히 혼자라 그래. 왜 또 봄이야. 꽃가루 알러지 있는데 누구 좋으라고 또 봄이야. 나도 예전엔 참 좋았는데 살다 보니 그냥 그래 그냥 봄이야. 바람에 날리는 꽃잎 되는 건 아니니까요 내 걱정하지 말고 가던 길 가셔요 지루한 봄이어도 좋아 나도 여자라서 좀 좋아 날리는 꽃잎이 내 손에 떨어져 심쿵하게 왜 또 봄이야 꽃가루 알러지 있는데 누구 좋으라고 또 봄이야 나도 예전엔 참 좋았는데 살다 보니 그냥 그래 그냥 봄이야 바람에 날리는 꽃잎들이 괜히 또 나를 설레이게 해 아이쿠 내가 왜 이래 미쳤나봐 나도 봄이라 그래 자꾸 설레는 봄인가봐
Aw, very nice. All right, that was Kaolu, Kisum, and Yaren. If the song is called "Spring Again," very nice. I like this. I will say, at least for the song, I feel like this one, Kaolu and Yaren definitely take a little bit uh more of the spotlight for the song. But that's that's no discredit to the track itself. I thought it was very nice. I do feel like you know I do feel like Kisum does a great job of, like, obviously her rap lines are incredible, and I think that she is, as I mentioned before, kind of a chameleon in that aspect. So I love the way that she kind of, again, just um I feel like she just complements them, which is not a bad thing. I think there are certain things where I feel like you need that in a track where, like, she doesn't have to be the focal point, but I feel like she's just a welcome addition to the track. So definitely like that a lot. Kaolu, I have never heard of. She's a phenomenal singer. I definitely liked her tone. Garen, obviously I'm familiar with G Friend, but and she's an incredible vocalist as well too. But Kaolu was incredible. I was definitely a little bit surprised and not, like, familiar with her tonality, so it was cool to see her. But yeah, I also, very similarly to what Jazz says, also heavily relate to the pollen hate. I absolutely agree with that. I used to have terrible allergies, so when she brought it up in the MV, I was like, "Yep, I feel that. I feel that springtime can be rough, certainly." But Jay Youngim, thanks for hanging. Hopefully you're vibing. Uni says, "Yeah, I find myself wondering how this one came about. It's not perfect fit for Kisum, but it does still work, and it is a lovely song." Yeah, I think if I'm thinking about it as a collective, right, like, it works out. I really like it. But if I'm thinking about this from the pure perspective of, like, this is Kisum deep dive, like, do I feel like this song represents her well? Not, like, terribly, like, it still represents her well, but, like, there would be probably like 4 or 5 other songs I recommend before this one, and that's, again, no discretion. So Kaylee says Brandon had to fight pollen and alcohol. Everything wants to ruin your day. Yeah, that was quite the summer, or quite the spring that I had to deal with when I was a wee young 21-year-old. So 11 years ago. So yeah, that was quite the fight. My body was my body was suffering. So to say the least. But hey, it is what it is. But all right. Overall, good vibes. I would listen to this again for sure if it came up on L Spotify. So all right, we are keeping it moving. The next one is Sleep Tight. This is track 6 or number 16 on the playlist, and this features Gyu. I'm gonna pronunciate. I'm gonna try my best. It's or also known as GB9. Okay, thank God. I was gonna say Gilgu Bongu. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If you're Korean, I swear to God, I'm not trying to fuck it up. So, all right, this was released April of 2017. This was from Kisum's third EP, The Sun, the Moon, with its EP. GB9 is a South Korean male vocal duo formed by WS Entertainment. The song is basically a lullaby wishing the other person will be warm and cozy and will sleep well after a hard day of work. The main character is saying that they will protect the sleeper from any bad dreams. Hey, listen, I'll need that. So, this is a vibe already. So, let's check Sleep Tight out.
오늘 하루도 고생 많이 했어 하루 종일 많이 피곤했죠 일이 고단하고 사람에게 치여있는 그댈 보면 내가 더 힘이 드네요 오늘따라 유난히 허리가 아픈 너 내가 주물러줄 테니 얼른 씻고 누워 내가 대펴놓은 침대에 눕고 힘은 풀어 내 호흡을 맞춰 같이 깊은 숨을 쉬어 토닥토닥 혼내네요 잠들 때까지 옆에 있을게요 원한다면 잠에서 깬 당신의 곁에 내가 함께 있을게요 토닥토닥 혼내네요 잠들 때까지 옆에 있을게요 원한다면 잠에서 깬 당신의 곁에 내가 함께 있을게요
Sleep tight baby sleep tight 감기 안 걸리게 입을 잘 덮어 Sleep tight baby sleep tight 나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 love Sleep tight baby sleep tight 핸드폰은
Ooh, someone's hitting that high falsetto tone. Holy shit.
Sleep tight baby sleep tight 나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 yeah 잘 자.
컴컴하고 차가운 이 밤 공기가 그대 침대에 스며들지 않길 바래요 따뜻하고 은은한 붓빛캔들 향기가 그대 방 안에 온길 지켜주길 바래요 1초 1분 매 순간 내가 당신의 옆에 있는 게 어느샌가 내 소망이 됐네요 어린아이처럼 가지 말라고 떼쓰는 널 볼 때면 날 보는 것 같아 참 외롭네요 토닥토닥 혼내네요 잠들 때까지 옆에 있을게요 원한다면 잠에서 깬 당신의 곁에 내가 함께 있을게요 토닥토닥 혼내네요 잠들 때까지 옆에 있을게요 원한다면 잠에서 깬 당신의 곁에 내가 함께 있을게요
Sleep tight baby sleep tight 감기 안 걸리게 입을 잘 덮어 Sleep tight baby sleep tight 나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 love Sleep tight baby sleep tight 핸드폰은 그만하고 눈을 감아 Sleep tight baby sleep tight 나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 yeah
나쁜 꿈은 내가 너를 위해 다 가져갈게 너는 그저 내 옆에서 뿐이 잠들었음에 네가 깰 때까지 네 옆에서 누워있을게 Don't be afraid babe Don't be afraid yeah 네 옆에 항상 내가 있어 기대도 돼 It's alright alright
Sleep tight baby sleep tight 감기 안 걸리게 입을 잘 덮어 Sleep tight baby sleep tight 나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 love Sleep tight baby sleep tight 핸드폰은 그만하고 눈을 감아 Sleep
Great little ad libs in the back.
tight
Nice.
나쁜 꿈은 내가 가져갈게 yeah 잘 자.
잘 자. 굿나잇.
All right, very nice. This was Kisum's Sleep Tight featuring GB9. Very nice. Wow. What a cool song. I think this one definitely I feel like this one definitely separates it from the pack, right? Like there's been some songs where I've been like, "Oh, you know, this one definitely has like more of an upbeat feel to it and like this one was totally different. Like I genuinely didn't know what to expect. But I really enjoyed like the everything, the vocals, the rap lines, like the instrumentation. It feels very floaty, like the way that this song is stylized, and it might have to do with like the way that it's kind of got, as Udi mentioned, like that lullaby sort of feeling. But like, there's something very light and very like a little anthemic too to some degrees about the song that I really appreciate. And I think it just has a lot to do with like the way the song's structured, the vocals in the back, from GB9 were incredible, whether they're being kind of the main focal point or doing like some ad libs over top. It just really was a gorgeous look for that. And so I appreciate them immensely for that. It was cool to hear kind of like those more like organy sort of synths as well. It kind of gives like a little bit of like light church vibes, and I like that. I think it really kind of gives that sort of lifting feeling about the track, very major key. So I appreciate that a ton. But I kind of like the difference in this one a lot more. Like I felt like maybe with some of the other features that we have heard before, like they kind of feel like an amalgamation of the song, like kind of putting them all together, where this one feels like it is more separate, but like for a good reason. Like, like GB9 really kind of handles a lot of those great vocals. There's obviously some like female vocals mixed in as well. So maybe they got some like outside people to, commit to doing some vocals. But I genuinely love like the ensemble cast that they brought together, because I think each individual component really kind of adds to the overall flavor of the song. And I think if some parts were missing that I like some parts that I even maybe aren't as familiar with, I do feel like each individual part of the song kind of adds their own sort of necessary element to the track that really kind of makes you see the whole picture of the track in and of itself. So incredibly well arranged. Shout out to whoever did the production for this one. I think they did a really phenomenal job with just the vibes. So this is a great track. This is definitely, I think to me, this probably might no pun intended, I think this one might be a sleeper song. Like definitely isn't one of those ones that I feel like has like the really strong energy of like some of the other songs in her discography so far that I've listened to, but I do feel like this one has just kind of a memorability to it that I'm gonna be like, damn, like I gotta go back and listen to this one just because I enjoyed the vibes. So we'll go back and listen to this one. This one's definitely like a sleeper song for me on the playlist so far. So very nice. Kala says this is nice, and Kaylee says I like this one. Ooh, let's go. All right, we shall keep the train a moving. The next one is Kisum, of course, and the song is called "The Sun, the Moon, in Love," featuring Pizza. Wow, okay, what a name to go by. This is a B-side from the EP that I really like. I have zero info on who Pizza is. Dude's a mystery. That's what Udi said. Thank you for a random Spanish fan for the dual language sub. Hey, let's go. Yeah, if any of you know who Pizza is, the Korean artist, or maybe not Korean artist, if you know who Pizza is, let us know, because obviously we don't know, but we would love to know. So let us know. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm excited. Oh, God. Okay. It's spelled pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know pepperoni is
Yeah.
Good one, Gunky. I like that. That was good.
The sun, the moon, in love.
That was a good joke. I like that.
Yeah. 너 나의 시간은 매번 다르게 흘러가 정반대의 삶을 살고 있지. 우리 성격도 취향도 모두 정반대고 각자의 멋대로 잘 살고 있지. 내가 너와 사랑에 빠질 거라곤 단히도 상상을 못했어. 얼핏 꿈에서 그런 적 있지. 막상 이렇게 되니까 정말 답답하고 앞이 막막하고 곤란해. OMG 내가 여름이면 너는 겨울이야. 내가 하얀색이면 너는 검정색이야. 내가 뜨거운 불이면 넌 차가운 물이야 내가 해라면 넌 달이야 우리가 가을이 될 수 있을까 우리가 회색이 될 수 있을까 우리가 서로 섞여 아름다운 노을빛을 만들어낼 수 있을까 궁금해
Yo, is pizza cooking right now? No pun intended. Hey.
Yeah, yeah, you love me, I love you 넌 나와 넌 달라 The sun, the moon 마치 너와 나 우리 넌 달라 닮은
Sorry,
구석이
Sarah.
하나부터 10까지 없잖아 어떻게 너랑
It was right there.
만났는지 네가 너를 왜 좋아하는지 이리 보고 저리 봐도 이해가 안 되지 너 너무 무섭게 나한테만 냉정해 너 너무 차갑게 나한테만 매정해 솔직히 짜증날 때도 있어 너 유난히 넌 나한테만 더 그렇게 굴잖아 너랑 있으면 내 할 일을 자꾸 꺼먹어 여름해가 길어진 이유가 있다면 너로 인해 많은 것들이 바뀌어 빨주 노초 파란 보라색 무지개를 섞어 놓은 것 같은 색을 가졌어 너 그래 내가 미쳤다 미쳤어 미쳐도 좋아 너를 만날 수 있다면 지구가 반반으로 갈라져도 상관없어 Yeah, yeah, you love me, I love you 넌 나와 넌 달라 The sun, the moon 마치 너와 나 내가 여름이면 너는 겨울이야 내가 하얀색이면 너는 검정색이야 내가 뜨거운 불이면 넌 차가운 물이야 내가 해라면 넌 달이야 내가 여름이면 너는 겨울이야 내가 하얀색이면 너는 검정색이야 내가 뜨거운 불이면 넌 차가운 물이야 내가 해라면 넌 달이야
The sun, the moon, you love, the sun, the moon, you love, the sun, the moon,
Yeah, yeah, you love me, I love you 넌 나와 넌 달라 The
I like
sun,
the
the moon
panning. Nice.
마치 너와 나
the sun, the moon, the sun, the moon.
Yeah, yeah, you love me, I love you 넌 나와 넌 달라 The sun, the moon 마치 너와 나
Very nice. That was Kisum's The Sun, the Moon, in Love featuring Pizza. Actually Pizza. So very nice. Very cool. Let's see what we got here. Kaylee says it is spelled like pizza. It is spelled like pizza. Uni says definitely let me know. Gungi says I know pepperoni is a producer. I genuinely thought it was a joke, Gungi, but then when you actually followed up with the receipts, I was like, damn, that's hilarious. And cool at the same time. Sarah says I really dig this one. Gungi says there is actually a K-pop producer called Pepperoni. They've worked on some AT songs. Hey, let's go. And Kaylee says it's pizza. It's 17 monthly listeners on Spotify. I found them. It seems like it was actually a band. Ooh. Gungi says it was a joke and a fact at the same time. Yeah, I knew it was a joke and a fact. You know, what'd be really cool is if Pepperoni produced a pizza song. I think that was a missed opportunity, honestly. But either way, this is a phenomenal song. I loved it. Shout outs to Pizza doing a phenomenal chorus. The person who's doing it was incredible. I really liked their voice and the way that they kind of like stylized it. Very like reverby, a little echoey, but like really worked with kind of like the more chill, ethereal sort of vibe of the song. But man, Kisum did incredible. Like her like rap tone in this was so much fun, and like her wordplay was also really cool. I love like the like the yin to the yang, or like contrast of like her lyricism, like the white, the black, the sun, the moon. Like it's a cool kind of like play on words, and I think it worked out really well for the track itself. It really feels like she stands out. I loved a lot of the like production elements in the song. It feels very like glossy is probably the best word I could describe like the production of the song. I really like that. The synth choice was impeccable. I loved a lot of like the panning that they did with her vocals. I thought that was really, really sick. But yeah, overall, I can understand this being one of, I believe this is one of Uni's favorites. Um, um, from this EP, because this sounds like a banger. So definitely enjoyed it a lot. Also, I might be potentially dating myself, but the album art for this Kisum album reminds me a lot of the first. I don't know if it was the first Kid Cudi album, but it reminds me of a Kid Cudi album. It was like one of the OG Kid Cudi albums, and I can't quite remember what it looks like, or can't remember the name of it. But if you know, you know. I'm pretty sure. Let me take a look. I'm looking on his Wikipedia. I want to say it was Satellite Flight, but I'm not sure. It's like got his face on it. Wow, his Wikipedia is hella long. Man on the Moon. Yep, I'll pull it up here. Like getting man on the moon vibes. You know what I mean? Like, kind of. Obviously, same color palette and stuff, but OG albums. If you know, you know. But yeah, very cool stuff. This is a phenomenal pick. Yeah, so very cool. Uni says, "Oh yeah, I see that. Let's go. I love me some Kid Cudi. OG Kid. I'll probably have to go back and listen to that tomorrow. So that'll be my homework. But very nice. Let's see. It looks like Uni says, LOL, I found them too when I was looking, definitely unrelated. And Kaylee says, oh yeah, that's who's under the song for her. So IDK then. Wow. We will, the mystery pizza will still be not figured out. So if you know about pizza, let us know what flavor. Anyway, that was a terrible joke. We're gonna keep it moving. The next one is Hyolyn and Kisum, and the song Fruity, produced by Groovy Room. Let's go. This one was also in June. Oh, no, same year. This was in June of 2017. Let's see. Uni says misattributed due to the same name, I think. Pretty common with music sites, unfortunately. That's fair. All right. Hyolyn is a South Korean singer / songwriter. She was a member of the group Sistar. Currently, she's under management of Bride, a production company she founded herself. Ooh, very interesting. This is the digital single that was a part of the music campaign for to commemorate the launch of Lipton's Specialty Blend. Very interesting. I have no idea why Kisum isn't in the video. Okay, that's even strange. Okay, that's very strange. Sarah says, I'm going to see her next month. Hey, let's go. Biscuit says, Hyolyn, let's go. And Sarah says, and she founded a second company who she's now under. Okay, very nice. I was gonna say, yeah, your ears are gonna be blessed. So we haven't gotten into Sistar. I feel like that's a group that I'm gonna like. I feel like most people are gonna comment on if they get to this section. We haven't done Sistar, but we will hopefully soon. But we need to do it. Yeah, we'll have to do it. I feel like that's an OG group. So we're gonna keep it moving though. Let's get into the Hyolyn Kisum Fruity song featuring or produced by Groovy Room. So let's give it a listen.
기다렸잖아 그 눈빛은 분명 나와 손끝이 닿았던 그 순간 I got a crush 조금만 더 다가와봐 어서 뻔한 너의 일상을 난 refresh 너랑 나 마주친 게 진짜로 우연이니 입술 위로 호기심 멈춰버려 더는 망설일 필요 없어 더 새로워진 꿈 긴장한 듯 설렘 가득한 그 표정 넌 아름다워 눈부셔 비행 없이 또 넌 어느 틈에 늘 꿈꿔왔던 그 바다에 거기 서 있고 머리 위로 설레 You'll never be alright I taste of honey 또 다가와봐 be alright 낯선 느낌 또 즐겨봐 넌 be alright You're my exotic baby 또 함께라면 be alright 달콤한 시간 짜릿한 feeling in my heart 상큼한 달콤한 내게 빠져 좀 더 황홀한 짜릿한 느낌일걸 I know you got the feeling
우리 건설적인 얘기 이제 저들고 캐스로 쌓자 빌탑탑 비행기 종이 적힌 그만두고 같이 하늘은 앉아 Let's fly fly 기분을 하여 저 위로 더 높이 더날 데려가줘 구름이 내 옆자리 너고 네 연애 수는 없을 거야 난 너의 코너맨 마른 맘에 싹을 돋게 You like a farmer Me mix orange and peach Sweeter than a great taste still like your least fruit 티 하나 먹으면 나를 부러지게 해 휘몰아치는 feeling은 마치 자연재 Hey 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 급할 필요 없어 천천히 deep in my heart 더 릿하게 딥하게 sweet하게 내일이 없는 듯이 Let's get harder
You'll never be alright I taste of honey 또 다가와봐 be alright 낯선 느낌 또 즐겨봐 넌 be alright You're my exotic baby 또 함께라면 be alright 달콤한 시간 짜릿한 feeling in my heart 상큼한 달콤한 내게 빠져 좀 더 황홀한 짜릿한 느낌일걸 I know you got the feeling
Now switch 너와 나의 위치 너와 함께라면 feel like a dream 따분함은 fruity 하게 내가 꿈꾸는 tasty 일상을 벗어나 저 달로 걸어가 I'm strong first 달 위에 우뚝 선자 이 노래는 우리의 first 이 맞춤 그리고 아마 이 노래 원탑이 될 거야
You'll never be alright I taste of honey 또 다가와봐 be alright 낯선 느낌 또 즐겨봐 넌 be alright You're my exotic baby 또 함께라면 be alright 달콤한 시간 짜릿한 feeling in my heart 상큼한 달콤한 내게 빠져 좀 더 황홀한 짜릿한 느낌일걸 I know you got the feeling
All right, very cool. This was Kisum and Hyolyn in the song "Fruity." Very nice. Thanks for hanging. I'll go back to their MV here. Very nice. I loved I love Sarah's comment. Oh my God, so subtle product placement. I feel like that would be equivalent to me being like, "Hey guys, thanks for watching Audio Addiction. This episode sponsored by Sprite Zero Sugar. Steam great Sprite flavor in a smaller can. Thanks for hanging." You know what I mean? Like that. Like if I did that, I mean, listen. Hey, if Sprite wants to give me money, I'll listen. I'll gladly take the bag. But and also I love Sprite, so. But terrible pitch. But I thought this song was great. I think if I did not know it was a product placement for Lipton tea, I still feel like I would probably enjoy it. Sarah says, Sprite, he'll do it. You just got to bully him. Listen, there will be no bullying involved. I've gladly spent my money on Sprite Zero Sugar. So I will continue to spend Sprite money. So Sarah says that's how we got Boys Planet Year. That's true. That's true. You did. That's how you got Boys Planet Year. I'll be 57 when we're done with all of the Boys Planet episodes, but here we are. No, I thought the song was great. I think if I think if I didn't, like, if I just listened to this on Spotify, I'd just be like, damn, this is a fucking banger song. And I mean, that's not to discredit it by any means, like, because there was product placement in it. I just feel like, obviously there's a bit of pandering and pitching for like the Lipton parts in the MV, and like some of the references to, like, I know they mentioned like honey, which I don't know if that's a part of the actual drink or not, but like I like that it's kind of like a little tongue in cheek in that way. Um, Hyolin's got a great voice. I mean, I think I have maybe heard one or two songs from Hyolin, but I have not actually checked out Sistar or her solo material. But this was great. She's got a phenomenal voice. I thought Kisum did a fantastic job. I loved her like rapping sections throughout the song. I feel like it was a good split. It didn't feel like totally Hyolin, but at the same time, I feel like Kisum definitely put her work into this track, certainly. And it was just fun. Like this just gives summer vibes. It looks like it came out 8 years ago on June 29th. So, a whole month prior, like back in 2017. So I feel like that's incredible. So, but yeah, this is a banger song. That's like without a doubt. I don't know why, but I feel like Korean groups go hard for like for product placement songs. Like they have no business being this good, but like they are. Like it's so strange. But I love it. It is one of the mysteries I feel like I don't understand about K-pop, but it's still great. Um, Sarah says in all caps, we need to please, so we'll have to do Sistar at some point. Biscuit said Summer Queens, hey, let's go. And Sarah says also Hyolin is so gorgeous. Fair enough. Kaylee says, okay, but great song, agreed. And Kaylee added onto my comment, they always turn out stupidly catchy. Yeah, like this song. Again, if I threw this on a Spotify playlist and I didn't know it was a product ad, like even in the song, it's not really a product ad either. So wild shit. I will agree with Eunhee. I don't know why Kisum is not in this MV. She should have definitely been in there. So that's a surprise, but is what it is. But all right, we shall keep a train a moving here tonight. We have It's Okay. And it features Highs, who we saw earlier. Very cool. They're finally doing a song together. Love to see it. This was released in March of 2018. Highs is a South Korean singer-songwriter rapper. She deserves her own deep dive as per Uni. We could definitely do Highs. That would be fun. Highs and Kisum were very close, and at some point even got matching tattoos on their wrists saying patience. Ooh, very interesting. This song is a bittersweet post-breakup song about still loving someone and leaving a place open for them in your heart, but is also knowing you can't go back to being together. Hey, that's true. But all right, well, let's check out It's Okay. A minor 7.
남겨둘게 돌아올 때 네 자리를 남겨둘게 있을게 여기 있을게 내 맘을 남겨둘게 그리워져도 너에게 돌아갈 수 없어 난 널 붙잡을 수 없어 차갑게 돌아서 너의 모습만 멍하니 쳐다봤어 돌리기엔 늦었고 모든 게 멈췄어 점점 멀어져 Oh wake up 꿈이라면 어서 빨리 깨줘 No 차라리 꿈이라고 해줘 지독하게도 현실은 더 아파 남겨둘게 돌아올 때 네 자리를 남겨둘게 있을게 여기 있을게 내 맘을 남겨둘게 그리워져도 너에게 돌아갈 수 없어 전부 다 잘못했어 yeah 종이 연락 없는 것도 내가 했던 태도 왜처럼 굴었던 것마저도 미안해 전부 내가 망쳤어 너의 진심을 내가 저버렸어 아프게 할 생각은 없었어 맞아 그때 내가 잠시 미쳤어 yeah 아무 일도 없었다는 듯이 돌아와서 따스한 봄날처럼 나를 꼭 안아줘 But 왜 너는 점점 멀어져가 네가 보고 싶을 때 어떻게 해야 돼 남겨둘게 돌아올 때 네 자리를 남겨둘게 있을게 여기 있을게 내 맘을 남겨둘게 그리워져도 너에게 돌아갈 수 없어 너에게 돌아갈 수 없어 너 위해서도 난 널 붙잡을 수 없어 점점 멀어져 약속할게 남겨둘게 그리워져도 너에게 돌아갈 수 없어 있을게 여기 있을게 널 위해서도 난 널 붙잡을 수 없어
Very nice. All right, this one is "It's Okay" featuring Highs, and this is Kisum. Very nice. Um, I thought this was beautiful. I like that there isn't. I feel like this one, in terms of instrumentation, isn't going crazy. Like it's just mainly the guitar and like some drumming. But I feel like the instrumentation kind of takes a little bit of a backseat, which is great. I think that Kisum did shows off like more of her different tonalities in the song. I don't know if she was doing some singing or if that was Highs or both. I feel like Highs definitely has a really interesting like vocal tone. If that is the case, if not, I feel like that's also a compliment as well to Kisum as well. If she's doing some singing in the song, I really liked it as well. But yeah, I feel like this one to me is very natural. There's something about it that just kind of like, like the song itself, I think really allows you to fixate more so on like the lyricism of the track. And, obviously, I have no idea what they're saying in Korean, but I feel like in terms of knowing of like what the meaning is or how the song is supposed to feel, I think it's easy to kind of put the translation in the thought process, or at least kind of insert myself into that, song's position. And so, yeah, I think to me it's, I think there is a inner reflection about this song that I really appreciate, and that I don't feel like you need to have songs that are just like really over the top, like production wise, or you need to have like, I think that the message is delivered really well and in a very concise way. And I think feel if you feel the feelings of a post breakup, then I think this song definitely is very representative of that feeling, and maybe not feeling as bitter towards what has happened. But yeah, overall, I thought this is a good vibe. I enjoyed this one, and definitely can resonate with it in some ways. So very nice. Connie, hello. Thank you for hanging. We're doing Kisum tonight. So thanks for pulling up. All right. We shall keep it moving. The next one we're getting into is 100%. This was released in August of 2018. The song is about working hard and being true to yourself in order to achieve your dreams. Hey, let's go. I love that. That's the type of energy I believe. So let's go for it. Let's get into 100%.
K-I-S sound 노력 없이 이루어지는 건 하나 없어 꿈 앞에 닿기 위해선 빛나는 노력 해 눈앞에 보이는 화려함에 속지 뭐 딱딱하게 굳은 살은 속에 감추니까 Live my 100% day yeah of course I say yeah 매일 내게 더 충실해 시간은 살 수 없는 금이게 가끔 밤을 새우기도 밥을 못 먹기도 집을 못 가기도 but 지금 나의 생활 오늘 나를 열정적인 스스로에 만족해 누구나가 다 잘 되고 싶어해 나도 마찬가지야 So 쉴 틈이 없네 It's okay 힘들어도 돼 Keep going I'm still on my way Keep it 100 100 Keep it 100 100 Keep it 100 100 You keep it 100 100 노력 없이 이루어지는 건 하나 없어 꿈 앞에 닿기 위해선 빛나는 노력 해 눈앞에 보이는 화려함에 속지 뭐 딱딱하게 굳은 살은 속에 감추니까 yeah 손에 잡힐 때 잡히지 않은 groom 같은 큰 꿈을 키워가고 있는 너에게 박수를 쳐 쉬엄쉬엄쉬엄가 바다처럼 큰 숨을 쉬어봐 후하 후후하 가끔은 소리도 질러 시선을 괜찮아 다 신경을 써 걱정 마 Yeah don't worry about anything 넌 잘 알고 있어 이미 누군가에겐 큰 힘이 될 테니 Don't worry baby 알아 얼마나 힘든지 지치지 않기를 우리 매 순간 Pray for you You I keep it 100 100 You keep it 100 100 I keep it 100 100 You keep it 100 100 노력 없이 이루어지는 건 하나 없어 꿈 앞에 닿기 위해선 빛나는 노력 해 눈앞에 보이는 화려함에 속지 뭐 딱딱하게 굳은 살은 속에 감추니까 I keep it 100 100 You keep it 100 100 I keep it 100 100 You keep it 100 100
Very nice. This was Kisum's 100. Very nice. If you're joining us for the deep dive, appreciate it. Big salute to Uni, of course. Um, this this was so much fun. I enjoyed this a lot. I I appreciate the mentality, right? Like I've said the spiel many times, but like I feel like this song definitely resonates with me a lot because I try to give my 100% in doing this, and I feel like I get 100% back. Chat's always the best. So I couldn't expect anything less, but I feel like to me it's like you get what you give, and like I think at some point there's gonna be a time where that hill is going to be conquered or what have you, and so I always try to do what I can to give my 100% or 110%, and I feel like I hope it's reciprocated, and so I feel like this is very representative of myself, and I feel like in some fashion too, like Kisum has been probably through a lot more shit than I have been through, certainly, but I feel like for her to kind of continue that like mental fortitude of keeping going and giving the 100%, I think is damn near impressive. So definitely stoked. This one's such a fun song. I think this one to me immediately screamed like I would love to see this one perform live. It just seems like one of those ones that just gives like great fan interaction. So I think this one would be like one of those ones I would imagine, or I would hope if she does still perform, that I hope this is on the playlist to perform, because this one's just got live crowd energy written all over it. So I love that. But yeah, great song. I thought her flow in this song was probably my favorite of tonight so far. I just loved how like more fast paced and more like aggressive it was. And I feel like maybe with some of the other songs, she hasn't really been able to do that as much. So it was really cool to see her kind of pop off and do a little bit extra cooking, a little chef in the kitchen. So, I love that. That was great. This one's a banger. I love this one. This is great. So very nice, very nice, very nice. All right, we shall keep it moving. The next one is track 21. Say Hi, and this one features Woody. Okay, very interesting. Uni says I agree. Definitely more interesting flow for this one. And I speaking about 100%. Very nice, very nice. I agree. Very cool. All right. This one was released in April of 2019. Woody, formerly known as Seng-woo, is a South Korean singer songwriter under Golden Moon. He was a member of the boy group N Train. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Kisum had to say this about the song. When I wrote the lyrics, I wrote them with the audience in mind. Even if you don't like me, even if you don't know me, I wrote the song because I feel like I wish I would at least say hello when I'm on stage. But looking back, I don't really know my neighbors' faces. So I wrote this song because I wanted to convey the message to our society. Let's say hello to each other and live together. Hey, listen, I love that. I love that. And Uni says, "This is Woody doesn't have a snake in his boot." Nice. We love it. The Toy Story reference. All right. Very nice. Well, let's check out Say Hi featuring Woody. Let's give it a listen.
안녕 내게 인사해주세요 그대가 나를 좋아하지 않아도 돼요 안녕 내게 인사해주세요
Oh my god, there's pizza.
어차피 한번 보고 말 사연 되지만요 나는 불안해 살고 있어 요즘 들어 그게 날 더 괴롭히고 있어 다들 뭐하고 사나 싶어 나만 빼고 다들 잘 지내는 것 같아 싫어 날 쉬는 살을 파고들어 날카롭게 yeah. 내 살을 찢고 날 더 웅크리게 해 yeah. 내 집은 신초 날 숨기고 남 속이고 집 밖은 너무 위험해 yeah.
오늘 하늘은 회색 꿈이 지금 나와 똑같아 좋은 걸 봐도 아무것도 아름답지 않네 나는 많은 걸 바라지 너 그냥 날 보며 서주면 돼
안녕 내게 인사해주세요 그대가 나를 좋아하지 않아도 돼요 안녕 내게 인사해주세요 어차피 한번 보고 말 사야 되지만요 안녕 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 yeah, 나도 어차피 너랑 다 똑같아 yeah, 누가 칭찬보다 욕먹는 걸 좋아해 yeah, 그래 그러니까 너도 이제 그만해 yeah, 그냥 나를 보면 웃으면서 인사해
Ooh, those instrumentals are wild.
그래 웃어 난 딱 그 정도면 돼 가끔 내가 미워지고 내가 싫어져도 내게 손은 들어 인사해주세요
내게 인사해주세요 그대가 나를 좋아하지 않아도 돼요 안녕 내게 인사해주세요 어차피 한번 보고 말 사야 되지만요 안녕 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 내게 인사해주세요 어쩌면 우리 다시 볼 사연 테니까요
All right. Very nice. This was Say Hi featuring Woody. Very nice. Of the group N Train. Very nice. I like this. This is a good vibe. I think the instrumentals were killer on this song. Shout out to whoever did the production for this. I love the synth choice that they used. It's kind of got like a little bit of a retro feel to it, but like really cool, very melodic. Enjoyed it a ton. I will say that the hook in the chorus is really infectious. I would say like the melody choice is really on point in the song. I really really enjoyed it a ton. Um, Woody did a fantastic job. He's got a really great voice. I'm not familiar with N Train, so I will have to check out some of his music. But man, he was a great feature. He's kind of got like a little bit of an R&B type vocal tone, so really love that. As well as that, I loved Kisum's flow in this song. I think she's got such a I feel like she has done a great job of aging her sound. Like I don't think that she's trying particularly hard to do something out of her depth. Like there's something really im- I think there's something really specifically cool about the her flow. Like, obviously she's got the ability to go, fast and do some crazy bars, but I love the fact that she is so attentive to what the song needs and how it should be put together. And I think that this song does a really great job of not only I think representing Woody well, but also Kisum well, just because I think she's got such a good flow. Like she knows where to kind of come in at the beats, and like there's just something about her like flow in this song that I really came to love towards the end of the song. But yeah, this one's super infectious, really fun. I would definitely say this is among some of the better songs we have heard tonight. Certainly, there's a lot of great songs from her, but I definitely was vibing out to this one and enjoying it. Also, like the instrumental towards like the bridge section of the song was also insanely good too, and that I feel like bumped it up a few brownie points certainly. So very nice. This was a 2 thumbs up. I enjoy this one a lot. Um, Uni says we found him in regards to the pizza comment from earlier. Love that. And Uni says definitely one of my faves. Hey, let's go. All right, very cool. The next one is Let's Drink Up. This is from August of 2019. She released her fourth EP, Yeah, with an exclamation mark. The title is apparently a play on words that can be read as yeah, alcohol, or as art. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. The verses of the song talk about being hungover and about being frustrated with work, while the chorus is joyful and celebratory chant about drinking. Hey, you know what? Listen, I don't know much about that, but damn, do I know about being frustrated at work. So that may resonate with me. So, but either way, let's check it out.
Kisum make you smile. 이제 일어나냐 어제 기억나냐 는 친구 전화에 잠이 바뀌었어 어깨 집에 왔나 기억이 잘 안 나 어제 분명 집 근처 밖에서 친구들과 기분 좋게 한잔 두 잔 세 잔까지 기억나는데 내가 어떻게 집에 왔는지 기억이 잘 안 나. Oh no. Hey, come on. 술이야 술이야 맨날 술이야. Oh my god. 술이야 술이야 Why not? 맨날 술이야. 마셔라 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 마셔라. 자 술이 들어간다. 따디 푸비마 말해주지 마 어제 내가 진짜 많이 취했어 실수를 많이 했어 미안해 이마 괜찮지 않지만 내 돈은 바꿔야지 어쩌겠어 마실 때마다 조절하겠다고 말을 하긴 하는데 내가 술을 먹는 건지 술이 날 먹는 건지 몰라 저 직장의 설리 사회 새내기 두근대는 마음으로 보낸 입사초기 끝나지 않은 야근 뭐 절대 못해 포기 처음엔 나란 대로 다 했지만 이제 무리 야야야야야 출근 시간 앞당겨졌어 야야야야야 퇴근 시간 그대로면서 연차는 왜 내 맘대로 못써 야근도 눈치 봐가면서 좀 써 내가 이러려고 공부했나 싶어 Nope, no kiss. Come on. 술이야, 술이야. 맨날 술이야. Oh my god. 술이야, 술이야. Why not? 맨날 술이야. 마셔라, 마셔라. 마셔라, 마셔라. 마셔라, 마셔라.
Oh.
Kisum, make you smile.
All right, very cool, very cool. This was Kisum's Let's Drink Up. Very cool. Yeah, I like this. This is a vibe. I will say lyrically I probably couldn't couldn't very much relate to this in any capacity, which is fine, you know. Not every song has to be relatable. But I will say it is what I would imagine it to be in some fashions, right? Like, you know, just seeing like how people are in some ways, you know, it is very interesting, and like I feel like it was a cool, like her cool commentary on that. Um, I like the instrumentation. I think Uni, he mentioned this while back in one of the other. I think it was Two Beers, ironically enough. Um, but just the horns in her music, I feel like she incorporates it so well, and like some of these more like, I don't want to say this is like a party anthem by any means, but like the way she incorporates it in like these types of songs is just very interesting, and I feel like it's very ironic that this one is called Let's Drink Up, and she utilizes horns very well, and then as well as that in Two Beers, she also uses horns. So maybe it just might be an alcoholic thing where she needs to incorporate horns into like alcohol titled songs. I don't know. Maybe it's just a theory, a game theory. But I like it. It was a good vibe. I think like the cadence of her rapping was really fun. I will say that the chorus is really catchy, and is kind of giving me like a little Jackson 5 feeling towards it. I don't know if it's maybe like cuz it says at the bottom sampling. So I don't know if it was maybe just like a sample of a song initially, but it kind of is giving it kind of gives me a little bit of a little Jackson 5 feeling, which is not a bad thing. I think that's a very classic tone, maybe chord progression as well too. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a very solid song. Is it one of my favorites? Probably not, but I did enjoy the vibe, and I think her acting in this is incredible. So big salutes to Kisum. She did great. So. Very nice. And Unhi says, yep, it was Two Beers. Love them horns. Same. So very cool. It looks like on October of 2019, she ended her contract with Maps Entertainment after 6 years. And then in December of 2019, she signed on with First One Entertainment. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. The next one looks to be Primero. And this one was released March of 2020. Okay, wow, that is what a time to release something. But anyway, let's check out Primero.
Hey.
Ready?
아무나 될 수 없어 1위는 너 하나 only want you 내 맘속에 워픽은 너 하나 only want you I'm gonna get you yeah 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 you make me so crazy yeah yeah 완전 대박 사건이야 그또 만난 거야 말도 안 돼 진짜로 완벽한 내 이상형 하나부터 열까지 우리는 똑 닮았지 기름에 대인 느낌 푹 빠졌어 미끄러지듯이 아무것도 모르는데 다 알 것 같은 느낌이 들어 몰라 그런 게 있어 저기 내 말 알아들어? 이런 적이 있던가 태어나 세상에 어머나 이게 무슨 일이지 정말 정신 차려 혜령아 이러면 내 우선순위 나란 말이야 연예인 골치 아픈 거야 나 하나 책임지기도 벅차 아니야 그게 너라면 뭐든지 다죠 Anything, everything 말만 해 아무나 될 수 없어 1위는 너 하나 only want you 내 맘속에 워픽은 너 하나 only want you I'm gonna get you yeah 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 You make me so crazy 왜 또 봄이야 노래 부르던 내는 어디 가고 봄이야 봄 내 맘속에 발자국 피고 살살 코를 간지럽혀 덕분에 패턴 엉망근데 오히려 좋다 날 숨쉬게 해 너가 텐션 하이 누가 좀 알려봐요 아니야 됐어 이대로도 충분히 좋아요 First one primero 너 내가 가질 수 있는 최고의 행복 이 세상도 늘 다른데도 다 꺼져 너만 있으면 다 됐어 연애 골치 아픈 거야 나 하나 책임지기도 벅차 아니야 그게 너라면 뭐든지 다줘 Anything everything 말만 해 아무나 될 수 없어 1위는 너 하나 only want you 내 맘속에 워픽은 너 하나 only want you I'm gonna get you yeah
This is a great chorus.
You make me so crazy 에이 침착해 광대 천천히 갈래 그러다 놓쳐 네 맘에 떠내는 삭제 1등 내가 할래 주란 인자송 연애 겁나 좋은 거야 떠올리기만 해도 맘이 벅차 Finish line 너라면 뭐든지 다줘 Anything everything 말만 해 아무나 될 수 없어 1위는 너 하나 only want you 내 맘속에 워픽은 너 하나 only want you I'm gonna get you yeah You make me so crazy 아무나 될 수 없어 1위는 너 하나 only want you 내 맘속에 워픽은 너 하나 only want you I'm gonna get you yeah You make me so crazy
All right, very nice. This was Kisum's Primero. Very nice. Connie says, "Wait, is that Hyun Yup from Tan?" I don't know. Maybe it was. Let's see. I don't know. Doesn't say anything. Wait, can I see the boys again? I recognize them. Okay, let me see if I can get a closer look here. Oh, that should be good. That's about as best as I could do. Let me see if I can get them closer potentially. Okay. Sarah says, "Wait to see the boys again. Can't recognize them." Connie says, "I thought the other guy was Sewon." Very interesting. I don't have anything, so if you know who they are, then let me know. That'd be great. But I thought the song was great. It's weird. Like this feels like her step into like more modern tones, you know. Like I think there's a lot more auto tune in this song, like, and not in a bad way. I think she's using auto tune in a very tasteful way. But I feel like this one kind of has more of that modern polish to it, where I feel like some of the other songs, like she's definitely take more of the chiller approach. And this song I feel like is also equally as chill, though I think production wise, like you can tell she's kind of stepped into it a little bit more. There's like, I think in terms of this, like even in the chorus, I think the chorus has got a great hook to it. It definitely is, has more of her singing on it. But yeah, I thought this was very nice. I enjoyed the tones. Like I said, chorus is really memorable. I thought some of the rap verses were great. The little bits of like choreo / dancing involved was fun too. But yeah, I thought this was a very solid song. Like definitely definitely a fun song to just kind of vibe out and enjoy, certainly. But yeah, I do feel like production wise, I think there's been like a step up in terms of her performance. So definitely was fun to see. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one a lot. So it's a good vibes. So very nice. All right, so we're gonna keep it moving here. Number 24 on this list is Bare Trees. This was released January of 2022. Wow, so she took basically like a 2-year break. Crazy. This song talks about feeling lost and disconnected like bare trees in the winter, and conveys a scenery of emptiness and confusion. Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, let's check it out then. This is Bare Trees.
외로운 누군가를 감싸 안아주는 노래가 되었으면 잊혀져가네 소중했던 시간 사람들도 모두 다 무뎌져가네 가발안 갔던 시간 사람들 모두 다 바랬던 지난 기억들이 이젠 회색으로 번져가 내 마음을 적적하게 해 눈부신 지난 날의 추억이 점점 밤으로 번져가 내 방을 더 깜깜하게 해 I don't know what happened to me What makes me do this 난 지금 왜 이렇게 힘든 건지 누가 좀 내려줘 내 삶의 정의 누가 알겠어 나도 날 몰라 그냥 버팀 내버려둬 내버려둬 내버려둬
Interesting.
아니 사실 혼자인 게 너무 싫어 날 내버려 두지마 가지마 가지마 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare trees 혼자인 게 좋아 혼자인 게 편해 이런 말하는 사람들은 전부 다 뻔해 사실 누군가 날 감싸 안아주길 원해 나도 그랬으니까 내게는 잔인해 새벽을 혼자 넘기게 느껴져 더 길게 매일 스스로 채찍질해 편하게 느껴져야 할 내 침대 속에서 날 묶어두고 홀로 긴 시간을 몸부림치네 내게 아침은 더 깜깜해 개운치가 않고 갑갑해 머리는 띵하고 몸은 찌뿌둥해 숨도 막히는 것 같아 답답해 움직이는 초침에도 나만 멈춰있어 나만 빼고 다들 바삐 돌아가고 있어 하루라도 제대로 돌아가고 싶어 말라버린 낙엽들은 떨어지고 있어 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare trees yeah 아무것도 아닌 일들이 더 선명하게 나를 흔드니 I don't know what happened to me what makes me do this I'm pain but I can't do this anything 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 메말라버린 길 위에 bare trees 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare tree 말라버린 bare trees
Very nice. All right, this is Kisum's Bare Trees. Very nice. Uni says, "Yeah, I thought the mute format was interesting. I've never seen it before." Yeah, I think that was I was took the words right out of my mouth. I thought that was very interesting. I also think like it is cool to see like if they're like tempo wise, if they're like keeping on tempo, which it seems like they are, which is impressive. Um, I imagine if you rehearse a song enough, then it's kind of second nature. But she did great. I think this song was definitely more again in that sort of chill, vibey lane of music, which I feel like she just has a foothold on. But I liked it. I thought this was very, very very cool. And I think Uni's comment about it feeling disconnected, I think it feels even more, and don't believe this is intentional to the song, but like the mute section makes it feel more disconnected in a good way. Like there's something about it that like it makes you it kind of allows you to focus more on what she's saying to you and kind of her delivery and stuff. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. and I think it comes through a little bit more, and even like a little bit of emptiness as well. Like it comes through more so in this song, which is impressive to me. Um, I really enjoyed this song a lot. I will have to listen to like the mute version, just like the song itself. So I'll have to come back and listen to it. But I really like the instrumentation. Her flow is just so convincing. And I feel like this song does a really great job of that. So good vibes, good vibes. Um, all right. On January of 2023, she signed an exclusive contract with R&D company. And then on March of 2023, Kisum joined the cast of the football or soccer variety show Shooting Stars, also known as Kick a Goal, in stating at episode 85 as a part of the team Wonder Woman. I think she mostly had been playing goalkeeper, is still on the show to this day. Wow. Okay. Intense. All right. We're going to keep it moving. The next one we've got is Let Me Be, and this features Boy B. This was released on August of 2023. It was a year and a half since her last single, but she said the time away was necessary for her to grow as a singer-songwriter. The time she had focused on making music was a relief since she enjoyed writing and composing. She said, I used to get so stressed out making new music when there is time pressure. For this song, she said, when writing the lyrics, I was inspired by RUT, the MTBI related meme trending these days. The single is about a couple fighting due to different personalities and going their separate ways at the end. The theme of the song is about letting me the theme of the song is about letting me be who I am. Hey, let's go. We love to see it. So all right, let's check out Let Me Be featuring Boy B now. Interesting.
매번 단답 아님 담탄하면 덥덥 yeah 365일 solist 개성 철학 평화주의자의 코스프레 왜 제대로 된 공감을 못해 왜 책임지지 못하고 뻗대 대체 왜 나랑 만나는지가 미스터리 미스터 T 그냥 꺼져줘 티보
기분이 왜 안 좋은데 내가 뭐라고 대답해야 돼 그래서 나보고 어쩌라는 거 So what I gotta do
Versace 걸치지 않아도 난 fancy 널 잡을 이유 단 1도 안 남았죠 주머니에 돈으로 너네 엄마 카드 알 텐데 내가 왜 이러는지 알 텐데 없지 않잖아 눈치 잘 나빠진 어른스러운 너의 방식대로 말해줄게 나를 그냥 냅두세요
대체 왜 울기부터 하는 줄 내가 맞장구 쳐주기만 기다리는 줄 도수 치료라도 받아 허리 아플 땐 징징대지 말고 제발 go do the damn thing Stop it 여기 백기가 펄럭펄럭 차피 우리 인생은 솔로 아니 진짜 궁금해서 그래 나 매일 밤 너도 내 리액션은 기대 마 살쪄 보이냐 물으면 내가 뭐라고 대답해야 돼 요즘 짠 거 많이 먹긴 했잖아 So what I gotta do
주세요 제발 내주세요 왜 그러세요 나를 보내주세요
Very nice. All right, this was Kisume's "Let Me Be" featuring Boy B. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. We got one more after this. This was fun. I liked it. I will say that whistle melody, I genuinely didn't think that was gonna get stuck in my head, but like now, like I was like humming along the melody. Man, that was fun. I also like enjoyed her singing. She's become a really good singer. I know that she did, practice some singing earlier on, but it just seems like it's incorporated more in her most current discography. So it's cool. She's like branching out and doing extra stuff. So really good stuff. That chorus has got a great hook on it for sure. I thought Boy B was a good feature. I like the contrast of his voice comparatively to Kisume's. They both got really interesting tones, but I feel like they are very complementary and also different. Like they just match up very well. So I love that. I think it keeps it fun, it keeps it interesting. But yeah, this has got a good vibe. I like the instrumentation as well. Like I said, that whistle melody is stuck in my head now. So really enjoyed it. But yeah, overall, I thought this was another really solid track from her. Is it one of my favorites of tonight? I don't believe so, but I definitely would not say this is like a bad song by any stretch. So enjoy this one. Definitely liked it. Uni continues on. They said that she mentioned around this time she had a lot of songs piled up and planned to release a full album, just not that year, and that was in 2023. And then it looks like the final one is 30. This was released April of 2024. All of us over 30 can relate to this one. That's true, factual. So let's get into 30 then.
1, 2, 3 20살이 지난 후로 시간은 넌 빨리 가 민증 어제 나온 느낌인데 벌써 30이야 영원할 것 같던 10대는 기억도 잘 안 나 20대는 생각보다 너무 빨리 지나가 후회를 안 남겼죠 다 거짓말이고 난 아직도 내 꿈을 계속 찾는 중이고 30대면 집을 살 줄 알았던 건 꿈이고 SNS 속 사람들은 전부 다 어풍이요 시간아 멈춰 지어있지만 밖에서는 내 말과 나 후회는 없어 다시 반복돼도 나는 아직 어려 누가 뭐라 해도 난 아직 젊기에 날아올라 비행 비바람 태풍이 친데도 언젠가 다시 꽃필게 시간아 멈춰 참 어려워 오답은 넘치지만 항상 정답은 없어 책을 봐도 안 읽혀 핸드폰은 재밌어 하기 싫은 일투성이지만 약속은 지켜 어른이 되는 건 뭘까 절대지가 않는 건가 어른이 되기엔 한참 갈 길이 너무나 멀다 앞으로 가도 옆으로 가도 시간은 빠르게 흘러 어차피 인생은 한 번일 뿐 지금 이 순간을 즐겨 나 멈춰 하기 싫어서 시간아 멈춰 하기 싫어서 스무 살이 지난 후로 시간은 넌 빨리 가 미친 어제 나온 느낌인데 벌써 30이야 영원할 것 같던 10대는 기억도 잘 안 나 20대는 생각보다 너무 빨리 지나가 후회를 안 남겼다 나 거짓말
All right, very nice. This was Kisum, and their song 30. Um, yeah, I feel like this is the 30 people year olds anthem here. This is this is the anthem. I think if we have an anthem for 30-year-olds, this needs to be replaced. This is the 30-year-old anthem song. Um, I like this a lot. Maybe it's copium to some degree because I relate to it so much. Um, but I also really enjoy her. I've enjoyed her discography tonight. Like I think she's had really phenomenal songs throughout her discography, and I think it is very representative of like a growth of an artist. I think doing it for as long as she's been doing it for, I think is impressive to continue to see her grow and continue to write and continue to be do what she does. I hope she has some sort of release on the horizon for this year. I know we're like more than halfway through 2025. So I'm hoping she maybe has something on the docket. Obviously, no rush, certainly, um, but I feel like it would be incredible to hear her, like, her continued of life and doing music and stuff and see what her, thoughts are on it. Cause I feel like this is very, I think this is all things that I thought about when I initially turned 30 and, now I'm 32 and obviously that's not much older, but, I think it does kind of put a lot of that stuff into perspective. And yeah, I think it gives me a lot of solace to know that I'm not the only 30-year-old and I probably will not ever be the only 30-year-old that worries about all this sort of stuff. So, I think it has a resonance to me that I really appreciate. And, I think it's the honesty, the honesty of writing that type of music is important. So very nice. I'd say this one's a phenomenal one to end off on. Uni says, that's it. What's next for Kisum? I'm not really sure. I really hope there's more great music on the way. She's got a number of OSTs, including one with Stella Jang and another with Yunha. Very nice. As well as features on other artist tracks that I didn't cover. Go seek those out if you're interested in more of her. Thanks for coming on this journey. Check out her work. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Uni says, yeah, she had a bigger boom earlier on and has still slowed down some, but it seems like is still pushing to make the music she wants to make. I think she's still as great as ever. Hoped for more. Hopefully we'll get that full album eventually. Yeah, I think if I could surmise her thought process into one thought, I think it is I think it is the dedication, right? Like I think a lot of people think that there is a level of stardom that you have, and I think there is and I'm sure she's probably mentioned it, but just burnout. When you've been doing something for such a long time, there is this thought process of like, how much longer can I keep doing this? And like I think you need to have that honesty of stepping away. And I can definitely resonate with that because I took some time off before. And I think it is important. So I love that she's very honest with herself. And I think it's I hope she knows her music is important, and that she, no matter what she does with her music, I hope she continues to make the music that she enjoys to make. Because I think at the end of the day, you would be writing music not for yourself, or not for anyone else but yourself, right? And so I think if she still lives by that ideology, then you love to see it. So great stuff. And I feel like my commentary was thwarted by Kaylee's comment. Ah, yes, great recommendation. YouTube, guess the bald K-pop idol. Um, yeah, it's right in the dead center for real. So, and Biscuit said something great. That's the most important. She's satisfied with her music. Yeah, I would agree. So, terms of favorites, ooh, that's tough. I would say a very special place in my heart for 30. I don't know if I would like put it on I'd probably put it up there in terms of my favorites. I really did enjoy it. But I would just say as an honorable mention, just because I feel like, I think I can resonate with it. I would say no particular order. Say Hi featuring Woody was great. 100, The Hyolyn, Kisum, Fruity, the Sun, the Moon, In Love, featuring our mystery person Pizza. Let's see. Sleep Tight was good. I definitely feel like that's a sleeper song. Two Beers, Love Talk, and You and Me. I feel like those are the faves from tonight. Though I will say, honorable mention to Mom featuring in Suni. That was also really incredible too. So that was awesome. Uni says that's one of the things I like so much about her is how genuine she seems. That's definitely something to be proud of. I would also agree with that commentary. So very nice. Big salutes to Unhee. Everyone give some dubs and kudos to Unhee in the comments, and as well as that the chat. They're incredible. Big salutes on again get into the 100,000. If you are watching this now, thank you for watching the full video. Appreciate you. But if you would also like to get your pick for 100,000 channel points, come join on Twitch. We'd love to see you. I've been getting a lot more comments on the Boys Planet episode 1 that I posted. So come through. Would love to see you in chat. Chat's rad. So, to come vibe. Would love to see you in chat. Honestly, community is fantastic. I couldn't expect anything less. So love the homies here. So please go show them some love. But I want to say I don't know who's next. I want to say it's Jazz. I know Jazz hit it, but I don't know who's after Jazz. So whoever's after Jazz, I don't know who's the vibe. But Sarah says come back Wednesday for 18 1 the 9 2 and 2-1 edamame beans super 5 and with us. Very nice, very nice. And Biscuit says I'm so glad to hear her own sound. Uni says thanks for coming everyone. Thanks for being our gracious host through all of this break. Oh, much love to you. I'm excited. Thanks for I'm always excited to see what the gang's up to. So that's vibes. Biscuit said I only knew one song before she was on before this. Oh wow. Okay. So the vibes are immaculate. We love to see it. New artists unlock for the chat. So good vibes. Thanks y'all.